Torin must
will die.
Yeah, that's in the rules.
The rules for what?
It's weird because this person.
I need a full sentence. I just started recording.
Torin's going to freaking die.
It's in the rules. It must happen.
Why?
It's written, and so it must be.
Okay.
No.
I need my phone to calculate.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not asking Brave to die. I'm just saying that if literally anyone else dies before him, they are permanently shamed. Like, and that's honestly, that's what worries me. Because I definitely make fun of him the most. And if I get a random rocks fall every Kelso dies, that's it for me, guys. I can never play D&D again. I'm just, it's permadeath, you know? You don't even get to roll a new character. It's like, nope.
His D&D character or career dies in that moment.
I'm about to end this man's career with a rock.
So meme.
Okay. Yeah, let me...
Tugboat's just counting his thousands of dice over there.
I'm not counting anything. Just rolling and preparing for...
He's practicing rolling.
He's just plotting.
Where is... Giant... Yep, there it is. I
love the Bard's Jack of all trades feature.
2, 3, 4.
I like the stabbiness of the rogue.
3.
And if you want to make your stabs extra stabby, you can pretend you're a little girl, and you can blame later. You incidentally are not very easy to stab, since you have a whopping 4 fucking features dedicated to make you more difficult to pin down.
Okay, so question.
Really? Holy fuck.
What?
Sorry. Okay. I am basically ready.
So
Sweet.
am I.
Bring us in, DM.
Okay. Does anybody want to do a recap of what happened like a month ago when we last played?
Well, I didn't almost die, which is very fortunate for me. So that's all I can recap because I don't remember that far back. I apologize.
Let's see here.
There's your
There it
recap.
So,
No, that was with our offshoot.
I know.
Yeah, that's
right. So, let's see here. We decided to start traveling toward.
Oh yeah.
DM, do you remember the name of the city? Or is it there in your notes?
Oh,
I admit I have not
Thundertree.
been to- Yes, we're headed toward Thundertree to find a druid who might know the location of a castle that held a certain wizard that has some history with the boys. But along the way, we needed to make camp for the night and happened to run into a troupe of performers known as the Windless. Aislinn happens to have a history with these folk and was able to arrange for a safe place to stay for the group within the camp of the Windless for the night. Let's see. There was some interesting illusion drama as we tried to keep 2 gentlemen of our party from killing each other over a weapon slinging contest that ended with, "Hey, let's use some minor illusion to make it look like, oh no, they were just aiming at a mouse and a snake."
Yeah, that's right.
That was one of my favorite parts. Kyle considered, helping himself
No, he
to
didn't.
look through everyone's inventory, but reconsidered after a brief conversation with Aislinn. And then saw one of the elders of the troop pulling some sleight of hand with a magic bead of sorts.
Ah, yes. That is
Beyond that?
correct.
Beyond that, I think we all. Who joined us for a jam session? Was that Kyle or was that
That was
Brave?
Kyle.
That was me.
Kyle.
That was
That's
Kyle.
right. Kyle pulled out his instrument and jammed with some of the other performers for a bit. And yeah, I believe that's it. Kyle had a
Alright.
weird dream in the night, but that's another tale for another time.
Unicorns.
Spoilers! What if people want to save that one for after they've watched the whole campaign arc?
Well, I don't know why, because if it's in a playlist, why would you watch them out of order? Yeah, you. I'm looking at you. I can see your feeds. You're watching these out of order, and there's something wrong with you. But whatever. I mean,
Okay.
That's right.
I'm kidding. I'm not
More
talking to
about
anyone.
you,
There's no one
Kelso.
here.
We judge you, but
Cricket.
you're already listening to this video, so
Cricket.
it's not like the standards are that high.
Yeah, it's not like, we have quality anything.
We have a quality DM. Let's be honest.
We do have a pretty
I don't
quality-
think anyone could argue that.
No, Tugboat's a great DM.
Wow.
Yeah, Kelso, you're the best freaking DM.
Oh, we're talking about Tugboat.
Okay. You guys wake up relatively early in the morning. What do you guys want to do?
Can
Well,
I go
I'm
to the
gonna make
bar?
sure that I'm where I think I am, but that's
That's
not gonna take long.
that's pretty fair.
Oh, look, everyone's back.
She's in my head
Um,
again. She's in my
what?
head again. She heard it.
No, that was the echo of a DM from weeks past.
Where's
All right. Yeah. So what do you guys? So Kyle's gonna check where he is. That's probably good for him. Anybody else? What are you guys doing in the morning?
Where am I? Foreign.
You guys camped out. All the guys shared a tent that was set up for them by the Windless. Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna go out my tent and start talking to the first person I see.
Just straight talking to the very first person you see.
The very first person
Okay.
I see.
Roll percentiles.
Oh no.
Oh, and Colton's gone. Oh, and
Oh
he's
my-
back.
Rack.
So then the bugbear.
You walk up to this strange creature, and upon trying to speak common with it, you realize it doesn't know what you're saying. And as it turns around, you realize it's a bugbear, and it looks hungry.
Okay.
Well, you have this realization, and Owlbear comes up behind you, and
And then a
there-
werebear, and it's just bears galore.
okay, the puns are getting unbearable, guys. Let's move on.
Bear with me.
Oh,
There it is. There's
Yeah,
the last one we
Just
needed.
getting
All right.
embarrassing.
We can move on
Oh.
now.
everybody
Um,
stop. Collaborate and listen.
I
I'm not
back with a brand new invention.
Particularly
Okay.
early riser, but I'll get up at a decent time in the morning and probably sit down with the rest of the minstrels. I love that song. Don't get me started. And probably join some of the other minstrels at breakfast. You know.
Right. Makes sense. Sounds good.
Yep. Just being my normal chatty, friendly self.
I need to at some point find Torin for that last shield training session.
You want a shield training session, huh? And I throw a stick at him.
I questioned whether or not to go find Aislinn.
You've already paid for those, though.
Actually, we're not going to discuss that.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
depending
so
on how
lost.
early you get up, Aislinn shouldn't be too hard to find. She's
He already
Just
threw a
helping
stick
herself
at me.
and-
We made eye contact. Now I have to.
Don't worry, he can only see movement. Hold very still.
I have an even better joke. Hey, Tugboat, remember when you thought they were made out of stone?
Shields?
No, no dwarves.
Right. I was mixing up my fantasy lore.
Okay.
And then
That's
I
awful.
started making jokes about how instead of like casting heal spells on him, it's like I could just carry around a bag of concrete and just spit on him and slap him with the
I cast Meldstone.
bag. just yeets the bag of concrete into his face. Feeling better?
Oh
I
god. There's a meld into stone spell. Oh, so many weird images. It's where you can like kind of just meld into like a stone wall or whatever for like a round or two. It's a good way to like pull yourself out of combat for a minute so they can't hurt you.
To understand the wall, you must first become the wall.
But you know, with if we're talking about a creature made of stone, now things are getting weird.
Yeah. Just
And
a
that's
little.
how you get a half dwarf.
Okay. Torrin, is there anything in particular that you're talking to somebody about, or is it
Just, the day, the weather, how beautiful their hair looks, and the gorgeous summer morning sunrise.
He looks
I
very
didn't know you felt
uncomfortable.
like that.
Actually, no, these are all circus people. They probably doesn't matter.
They're
who they
very
are.
open people.
They are. It's like theater people. Like,
right?
there doesn't have to be any sexual attraction for them to be like, "Oh, thanks, man. I've been using this new conditioner," and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can. Okay, I could probably find it.
Brave, what are you doing?
Brave is using
Gee.
revive.
Brave wakes up. Yeah. I'll head out and just walk around and see what's up around the camp. Just walk around, help anybody that needs any help, or offer
Okay.
help as well.
Roll perception.
Okay. Give me a moment. Have to find the app. Here it is. D20, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Let's see. Plus my perception bonus, that's 4, so 23.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll say that you're able to find you're able to find a small child. This child is a girl, who is looking for her doll, and she's crying because she's already lost her doll, and it's like 8 a.m.
What a loser.
Aw. Alright. I'll walk up to her and talk to her.
Okay. Ken,
I-
stop playing music.
We can hear it.
No, Isabella. Isabella!
Oh no.
You got
Hi,
it?
It
Kirsty.
started. My turn.
You have to go out.
Alrighty.
Isabella! Come on. You gotta go.
there's a mute button.
I'd like to remind people that she's talking to a cat, not a dog.
Oh, I assumed that, but
No,
I'm
she
just
That's how I
got
wondering
talk
why
like
someone
that.
has not employed the mute button yet.
Ken just kicked Isabella in the face.
All right, Ken has been muted for a little bit.
Hold on. There's a command for this somewhere. I'm not gonna mess with it because I don't know if I can turn it off.
Yeah. Okay. So you're talking to her. She tells you that she's looking for her doll. She's sobbing.
Alright. I'll look around and try to find the doll.
Give me an investigation check.
Alrighty. That's going to be 7 plus investigation, whichever that is. That's 2, so 9.
Okay. So it takes you like 30 minutes, but
Oh,
you are able to help her find her doll. and she doesn't really have anything to give you except for her thanks and a
No
little
problem.
hug.
Oh,
Aww.
that reminds me
Okay.
of my own daughter. Who's missing, by the way?
I am aware.
I know.
Well,
Look, if you want help
You
looking
don't
for
know
your daughter,
anything.
you just have to ask.
Okay.
That was out of character, sorry, but
Oh no.
you have an actual daughter?
Oh.
yeah,
You don't
Morgan.
know. You don't know. You haven't asked him.
Out of
No.
character?
Have I Kelso, have I not told you about Morgan?
No.
Let's say. Oh no, triggers.
Anyways, Kyle, what are you doing now? You said you're gonna find Brave, or no, you're gonna find Torin for the last shield session. So, are you? Is that a thing
Or
that you guys
Aislinn.
are doing?
I'm looking for either of them. Aislinn seems pretty willing.
Yeah. Cool. So you guys will spend the first 4 hours of the day off training. So, Torin, what are you doing for 4 hours?
I guess I'm running around chatting and trying. Is there like a pond or a river or anything that I can go fishing at?
Sure. We'll say. I mean, there's probably like a small creek or something. You might be able to go fishing. What are you fishing with?
I just pick up a stick and I take some a strand of my rope and a little piece of metal if I can find it. I guess that's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say that you're able to find something that resembles a hook.
And then I cast into the water with my hook.
So,
Okay.
did you guys just like never get to go out in the woods as kids? Like, no one ever took you hunting or fishing?
I'm honestly starting to question it. I went camping every year.
I
Hey,
mean,
went
I grew up
camping
in the
every year,
country.
too, so
I mean, fantasy world, and this is your wish
We are
fulfilled.
here to fight dragons.
Yeah, but sometimes I just want to go fishing. So
Okay, you guys do not get to judge him because last time we were in town, you're like, hey, you want to go hunting? Sure, let's go set a trap.
No. That was Brave's idea.
that was all me, yeah.
You didn't
Nope.
decide to do anything else. You're like, hunting. Yeah, that sounds
Well,
normal. Let's do that.
we have a passed out dwarf who is completely shit faced. He's going hunting. He's probably gonna die. I guess I should go with him. Either I can save him or it'll make a hell of a
So we can all
story.
die together.
I can either save him or it'll be a great story. So,
Hey, it ended up being a great story, so
and you almost
potato,
died.
potato.
So 1.5
Torin.
out of 2 isn't bad.
Torin, how long are you out there for? Are you gonna spend that whole time?
yeah, as long as I have, I guess, because I don't really need anything else.
So for the first 2 hours, you don't find anything. For the third hour, you don't find anything, and on the fourth hour, yeah, you don't find anything.
He finds a unicorn
Amazing.
laying in the water or
Nope.
beach next to the water.
No.
A relaxed morning of casting a line out into the water and just kind of letting it be. Brave, what are you doing for the next 3.5 hours?
Probably shouldn't have tied a rock off to my pole.
I don't know. I think I'll go try to find shoot,
Kyle and Aislinn?
Kyle and Aislinn. Sorry, I don't know why I was drawing a blank for a second there. I'll find Kyle and Aislinn and see if I can help out with the training.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. You're here. Just fire an arrow straight at his heart. No, I'm kidding.
That sounds wonderful.
We're doing shield training. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to put this arrow on top of your head, Brave. Or this apple.
Put
Sorry,
the arrow. Put the arrow on top of your head.
Put the arrow
I'm
on your
gonna
head.
hit it with an
and
apple.
I'm gonna pull that arrow straight through this apple. And then I'm gonna pull you through the arrow.
Oh. Okay. So 4 hours have passed, and your shield training, I would say at this point, has been completed. because you said this is the last day of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can go ahead and add proficiency with shields to your character sheet.
Oh,
Ba-da-da-da.
And the windless have broken camp. They've kind of all packed up into their caravan, and the same guy who welcomed you into the camp, he finds specifically Aislinn and says, "It was a pleasure to have you joining us tonight, the last night. We hope to see you again. May the wind find your sails."
Aye, and the same to you, brother.
And then after that, they're gonna peace out. They're kind of heading east. So,
all right.
and as a reminder, Thunder Tree is farther north and a bit west.
Mm-hmm. So kind of in the opposite direction.
Yep.
All
But
right.
hey, we might be headed back that way soon enough.
Okay. So, what are you guys gonna do?
Well, gentlemen, ready to head back on to Thunder Tree?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Torin just yeets his pole straight into the creek.
Okay. So you're gonna lose 12 feet of your rope.
Oh.
Oops.
You tied off some of your rope to the pole. And
I mean,
you did not
I said
untie
just
it.
a little bit of. I said just a little bit of a strand.
Okay.
Dude, you're
Well-
gonna need more than like a foot of rope to go fishing.
I mean, I know that.
I mean,
Oh.
okay, but what Ken's
You're-
point was is that
I see,
you don't
I
fish
see.
with an entire rope. You like pull like a strand of it
now
out.
I now understand what you like. You were like a strand of my rope, and I was thinking like you. I was
Length
trying
of
to
it.
figure
He
out
chops
that
off. He
why
like
you
lops off a
took,
section
He
of rope.
unwound it a little bit.
I understand now. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. You do not lose any of your rope. It'll be fine.
Sweet.
For our listeners at home, he was simply unwinding a small strand from the rope rather than cutting off an entire piece. Now
'Cause I
hopefully
was
our listeners
picturing-
are caught up as well.
You
I
would
was
need a really big
picturing-
stick and a really big hook.
Yeah. That's what I was
No,
trying to
we're
figure
not
out.
I'm just using this like 3-inch thick rope, throwing it into the water.
He's
Like,
not
here,
fishing.
fishy.
He's not fishing. He's fishing.
Well, you see, my thought was, well, he's a dwarf, so he might have never gone fishing before.
Is this how you do it?
All right. So you guys heading off?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So after a couple of hours of travel, it's pretty much midday at this point. Gradually, the trail becomes an old, overgrown lane, winding between dilapidated buildings choked in vines and brush. Ahead of you, in the middle of the settlement, rises a steep hill, upon which stands a stone tower with a partially collapsed roof and an adjoining cottage. A dirt road, hugs the base of the hill and wends its way between old stone houses, many of which are roofless ruins with interiors open to the weather. Other buildings appear more or less intact. The whole place is eerily silent. A wooden sign is nailed to a post nearby on your way in, and it reads, "Danger! Plant monsters and zombies. Turn back now."
I'm gonna
So-
go.
Are you
I'm
kidding
gonna go
right
double check
now?
that sign.
Okay.
Did
Does
it
it
say?
say- And or versus?
Yes, it said and.
That was pretty
Said
clever.
and.
I'm not gonna lie. That was good. Does that say plants and zombies?
Plant
I
monsters,
almost said versus.
plant monsters and zombies.
Sounds
For
like a
all
normal
you know,
Tuesday.
I look.
For all you know, they're plant zombies.
I look at Aislinn and Tor, and I say, "You guys take the plants, and I'll use Brave to take the zombies."
dick.
I like
mean-
get a little fireball in my hand, like yeah.
In case
Just
of
as a point
zombie.
of clarification, because he's the strong silent, Ari is still traveling with us, right?
Yeah.
You
Oh.
might want to take the holy man with you if you're dealing with the undead.
Yeah.
Well, in case of emergency,
I'd
use
say
Brave
that-
as meat shield.
Also, I should share a bit of wisdom with you that me da shared with me when I was very young. You never split the party.
I was
Split
joking.
the party.
I was joking.
I've got a whole song for it if you really need.
That's okay.
Please do. Please do sing.
Oh,
I
God.
mean,
the
let's
song of your-
not wake up the undead, but
Before we start just bursting out into song and making a whole spectacle of ourselves, perhaps we should check and see if we're being observed right now.
That's
And
Yeah.
I'm looking around to see if there are any plants that seem off in any way or any sign of any formerly living flesh or bone.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
What? Oof. Okay. 8.
Okay.
Can I make one as well? Since I'm also paying attention.
Yeah. Anybody
Same.
that is curious may make perception checks. Also, because at 4th level you guys got stat increases, I do at some point need you guys to send me updated versions of your character sheets.
Gotcha.
Which just occurred to me because that's a thing that is helpful for me to know.
Mhm.
Mostly like your passive scores, but
Yeah.
Yep, send in that.
All right. So I rolled a 20. Or
Natural
Okay.
or modified?
mod.
Okay, because mod I rolled like a 10, so
Dirty.
Yeah.
My
dirty.
mod was 20.
okay. So anybody who rolled below a 19, you only notice one twig blight,
A what?
which I will send a picture in the Discord real
Think
quick.
baby ant, but less neutral good.
Let's see here.
I can focus.
Yeah,
I can pull
they're
up a picture for you
basically-
while you do it there.
Yeah. Prepare. Open link in new tab. You can look at that picture. Oh. Can send me stuff. Cool.
No, gee.
So think that.
Aw.
It's very
I
small.
am Groot.
Groot is green.
No Groot.
But
Great.
if you rolled above a 19 or have a passive of 19, then
What
you
are our passives
notice
again? How is that measured?
10 plus your
Passive is-
or 10 plus your wisdom modifier.
If you roll, but if you rolled instead, then your passive doesn't matter.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can't
And it's
swap
just your
them
wisdom
out. That's up
plus
to the
10.
DM.
Yeah. And
Well,
I
it's
think
your perception score. If you're proficient in perception, then you get your bonus there as well.
yeah.
Okay.
Your
so-
passive stat for any check is going to be 10 plus that stat modifier.
Mhm.
So, for perception, it would be 10 plus your perception modifier realistically.
Okay, so that's 17.
Well, but you rolled for it.
Right.
So,
That's
so
passive.
okay, right, that's passive, but would I
When
also
you
add my
look
wisdom
for
to
it.
that? Or is it
Your
just
wisdom
that is
is
already
already-
added.
That's right. Okay. That's yep.
So, but you rolled and it didn't matter anyways. You didn't beat 19.
Those of us who rolled above a 19.
You see two twig blights hiding in weeds that are alongside the cottage. There's a cottage that you're passing by as you're going into the town. And so the first cottage you're passing by, there's some weeds, and there are 2 twig blights hiding in there, but only if you rolled above a 19.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I
only see
roll
the
a
one.
Can I roll a history check to see if I've dealt with these creatures before?
Sure.
Alrighty. Damn it. Natural 1.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
This is why I hate dice rolling apps.
you have never seen these before in your life. In fact, it question whether or not you actually saw something moving in the weeds. Yeah,
Yay. Alright.
but
So
as you
I'll,
guys are walking past them, if you guys decide to continue walking past them, they do not at the moment appear to be moving aggressively.
Okay. I'll whisper to the party and let them know that I think I saw 2 of them over there. So just to be careful as we're moving past them.
So
Okay.
I saw at least one. That could be more. Yeah, no need to instigate anything, but let's not let ourselves get surrounded, eh?
That's true.
Okay. Are you guys moving on?
Slowly.
Okay. So on your way into the ruins of Thunder Tree, there is a path on your right hand side that goes into the westernmost cottage, and then it also there's like it branches and goes to another cottage just past it, like 12-ish feet past it. Or the main road continues on straight, and there's a building to the left, and that's about all that you can see from where you're at.
That side said plants and zombies, and we saw those, so where are the others?
Well, we saw plants, not zombies.
That's what I said. The sign said both.
Aye.
Oh. Yeah. So
Yeah, it said monster plants and zombies.
Aislin's gonna drop back so she's walking next to Eri. You're
Okay.
you're a holy man, right?
Yes.
Somewhat versed in dealing with the undead.
Not as much as you would expect.
Any possibility that your god could tell us whether there's any undead in the area?
He whispers a prayer, has his eyes screwed shut for a moment,
Sounds painful.
and then he kind of like opens one eye and looks at you. I'm sorry. He's quiet today.
Well, hopefully that means that there's just nothing too important for him to tell us.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
Leroy?
Where are you guys heading?
Uh,
Are you guys going straight in, or are you guys taking the right in towards the westernmost cottage, or where are you guys headed?
Just hearing stories from growing up, I say we avoid the cottage because that's most likely where the zombies are going to be.
Okay. So as you guys are continuing to walk in to the town, on the left-hand side, there is a weathered signboard by the door of this large building, and it shows the faded image of a workhorse holding a flag and a veil. The building is sagging and dilapidated, but it's more intact than the ruins across the road.
Shall we go in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd want to check it first, but we can just go into if we want to.
Check it how?
I don't know. Are there windows that we could look in through on the outside?
There are 2 windows.
Meanwhile, I'm going to place my ear to the door.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation is. I rolled a 7. So.
Okay.
Oh shoot!
As far as you can tell, the inside is dead silent.
Can I use an ability that I have
Okay.
or that Brave has? It's called Prime Evil Awareness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remind me what it does.
It let me read it off. As an action, you can spend 1 ranger spell slot, 1 minute per spell slot, to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you.
Now,
or
is
within
that
or up to 6
tied? Is that tied to your favorite enemy, or is that separate?
Nope.
No.
That is separate. That
What
is.
about favorite enemy?
It's a ranger thing.
Oh.
Yeah. It's essentially a type of monster that I can kill easier.
Oh, so something you have like profession in hunting kind of thing?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
His
Buffy the
favorite
Vampire
prey.
Slayer.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. So you are able to, with your primeval sense, or your primeval awareness, you are able to detect that there are, in fact, undead within 1 mile of you.
Okay. Yeah.
How close within that mile?
Just within the mile.
It
So we
doesn't.
know they're near.
You can't find the location.
No, it doesn't reveal location.
It's not
or
where they
number.
are, it's just presence.
It's kind of like the
Radar.
paladins.
Detect good and evil, or no?
No,
Divine sense.
Divine sense, yeah. Where it's like, oh, okay, I get a sense of that there is something nearby, but it's not able to tell you where it is. It's blocked by certain things.
Yeah.
And it only it's like a feeling of, okay, it's close by.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there is in fact undead within 1 mile of you. I will give you a little extra. You can feel, you're able to detect, just in general direction, that there are 2 different clumps of undead. One of them does feel like it's coming from within the building, but that is about all that you can get.
Okay. So I'll whisper back to the party. I think there's a zombie inside of that building, and there's another one somewhere nearby.
I like summon my axe to my
Out of
hand real
character,
quick.
he did say clumps, so I would imagine that implies more than one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fair point.
Can I like go to any door or window and try to peek in and see if there's a clump?
Yeah, you can peer in through a window.
Clump.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, that is 16. I forgot my modifier. 1 second. That is a. Where the heck is it? Perception is. That's a 19.
Do you have proficiency in perception?
Yeah, I have proficiency, and it's a
Oh,
plus
and
3.
you rolled a 16. I don't know why I had already added your wisdom modifier, and then I was trying to figure out. Never mind. You're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah. So you look in the window, and what you're able to see in the main room of the tavern, it looks like it used to be a tavern. There are a whole bunch of overturned tables. There are several bodies strewn about. Some are leaning up against the walls. Some like slumped up against the walls. There's one that looks like it was laying across the counter. It looks like this was the scene of some kind of awful fight. On top of that, everything in here is weather worn and dusty. The bodies are all partially decomposed, but there doesn't seem to be, by looking in there, anything noticeably active.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to wave the group and say, "All right, I'm heading in."
Uh,
Is that what we want to do?
no, not at all.
Guess I'm not heading in.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm gonna
wait a
place my
moment.
hand on my sword in case, because I'm just kind of
Yeah,
like looking at them,
same.
like, are we doing this?
Wait a moment.
I don't know. Do we really want to engage a group of the undead? I mean, we do have Aerie here who's obviously versed in holy magic, but in the same instance, it's like it's a group of the undead. Do we really want to try to fight all of them?
Well, I think a simple beheading should do the trick, but how many of them are in there?
Exactly. That's the point.
That
There's
wasn't
a large-
rhetorical. How
Or,
does Tora know how many are in there?
No, there's
Okay.
nothing noticeably active in.
Okay. So, um, D&D zombies are they like? Do they tend to not be active, or are they like most representations where they just kind of wander?
You don't know.
It depends.
Can I do
Roll
a
a
history check to
history
see if I
check.
know?
Roll a history check.
That would be history, right? That'd be history.
Yeah,
Can I jump in on this as well?
17.
sure. 17. It really depends on what the area has been recently. To preserve their bodies, sometimes when an area is inactive, they will just be like they'll just lie down and just kind of be there. When and you know that when an area is active, they will shamble around looking flesh to devour. But as it stands, nobody really knows. Like you looking in there, you couldn't tell whether the bodies are just bodies or zombies.
Gotcha.
I got an 18, so I assume I know the same information.
Yeah.
What do you think, Aislinn? How many of them do you think are actually still kicking in there?
Well, it could be one or two of them. It could be all of them. Basically, they're not going to act without a command, depending on how exactly they came to be zombies. Really would like to find the druid, figure out where he's hiding in all of this. Do any of these buildings look even the least bit lived in recently to either of you? And DM, I'm also looking around to just
Right.
see if
yeah.
there's any sign, any place
From
where even if it's just that the plant life around it looks a little bit better cared for or vibrant. Druid.
right. So from where you are standing at the front of the brown horse, you can see down the road that there is a small house that appears to be in better condition than the ruined and dilapidated structures nearby. Also, just up the hill, although you'd have to follow the road down and around to go up the hill. If you wanted to go the roadway, I guess you could just cut through the brush. But there is, at the top of the hill, there is a small cottage attached to a tower. And the cottage and round tower are both in good condition, although it looks like part of the tower's roof is gone.
I'd say let's check that little place there, and if it doesn't seem to hold any living people, the cottage over by the tower there, before we try to engage something that might want to kill us.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it wouldn't hurt to have more allies.
Yeah. I'd also say, let's have Kyle stealthily walk over and check it as well.
It does seem to be able to move pretty.
Yeah.
Am I checking this other house then?
Yeah.
You guys are looking at?
Yes.
The tower or the cottage?
I thought there was the cottage adjacent to the tower, but then there was one other little...
Right. The small house down the road or the cottage adjacent to the tower up the hill.
And then what would the term association be for the building where with all the potential zombies next to us?
The Brown Horse.
Okay, we'll call that the Brown Horse. Okay.
Yeah.
It used to be a tavern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we head into the tavern, let's check that house there. If it's empty or filled with other deceased individuals, then let's check the cottage by the tower. If that breeds us no luck, then maybe we'll have to do something a bit more dramatic to get his attention.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so you're going to the house or the cottage? Are you going up the hill or staying on the road?
Staying on the road first.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you walk down the road, to your right you see ruined side-by-side cottages. They look as though they might have once been homes of prosperous shopkeepers or well-off farmers in their time. But all that remains now are collapsed walls and piles of debris. And the road forks as a Y. The left-hand fork looks like it goes up the hill, and the right-hand fork goes down towards the small house. So if you're going to head over to the small house, the doors are reinforced with heavy iron bands, and thick shutters protect the windows.
Right, looks well barricaded.
Which implies that someone is lasting a little bit longer than the others out here in there.
I'm surprised that it doesn't seem reinforced with any sort of nature magic, like a thorn bed or something like that. So I'm not sure if our druid friend is in there. We may want to be careful in case there's someone a little touchy and paranoid. How about I take the front door? Someone else want to sneak around back?
I can go ahead and sneak around back.
Yeah. Volunteer
Druid
Kyle's.
magic. How long does that normally last, though? Wouldn't it make more sense to use actual barricades?
I mean, it depends, but there's...
Doesn't druid magic wither over time?
It depends
All
on what
magic
they're
does.
casting, I suppose.
Yeah.
And where you're casting it, Sonny. Arcane magic, divine magic, natural magic. If you're in the right area, it can last for centuries. Maybe even eternity, who knows?
I think magic serves its purpose, but a nice chunk of steel is always good, too. I'm just speculating.
That's all we can do until we knock on the door. Alright, so I'm headed up. I'm gonna wait until they've had a chance to circle around and, like, peek through windows or check the back before knocking on the door. But so I'm gonna just stand near the front door and listen and see if I hear anything through the door.
Okay. You can roll me an investigation check. Actually, everybody can, that is helping to roll an investigation check.
Sounds
It's
good.
not too bad. 13.
Okay. You
11.
11.
5.
5. Okay, so we'll go with the 11 for those looking around the house, and 13 for Aislinn. So Aislinn, you if you put your ear up to the door, you can hear a little bit of shuffling about, and at one point there's kind of like a that probably didn't come through as well as I wanted to, like a bump, and you hear something clatter over, and then kind of a muffled like kind of, like if, when somebody bumps into something,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Yeah.
And for those looking around the house, on the northwestern corner of the house, there is in fact another door, but it is also it looks like it's been heavily fortified, iron banded, and it looks like it has not opened in a long time.
All right. So
I'll whisper
zombies
to Kyle.
don't usually say "oof," right?
I mean, I wouldn't with your history
With
check.
Meister check, I
15,
wouldn't assume that a zombie would be like,
you would
"Oof."
presume, especially in a house that seems as well barricaded and locked up as this
Yeah.
one, the zombie would probably be inactive.
Hello in there. Is anyone home?
And a slide on the door kind of flicks open, and a pair of wild green eyes meets yours through the slat. Who are you?
I'm a friend of. Let's see here if I can remember the name right. Quelline from back in Fandolin.
Elderfell.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have the wrong notes in front of me.
Right, no, I understand.
Friend of Kelleen back in Elderfell. Looking for a friend of hers named Radolf.
That's me.
We were hoping you could help us find someone.
Well, come in. And you hear a couple of clicks, and then like a slide, and then another click, and then a little crank, like a...
It's like 9 different locks.
Yeah, exactly. And then the door kind of... and creaks open.
Yeah, while he was in the midst of unlocking it. Boys, come on around front, it's fine.
Alrighty.
So, right off is a gaunt, white-bearded human. He seems reasonably hospitable. He doesn't say much, but he kind of gestures to a small table with a couple of chairs around it. And it actually looked like he was preparing his own afternoon tea. And so he puts another kettle onto the stove, whispers into it, and then uses a match to ignite like a second. Think like kind of like a burner, but instead of like being a gas burner like you would imagine, it's got like sticks underneath it. And he uses a match and tosses it into there and ignites like a small, basically like a small campfire, but on a stove type deal.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's not very common in these parts to see something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Most people would cook like in a pot or a pan
over the hearth.
Over a hearth, yeah.
Well,
Does
when you
it
said he
look
walked
like
over
it
to the
came-
stove and you started saying he was making tea, that's actually what I was picturing the whole time.
Does it look like it came with the house, or like maybe this is a recent addition from when he moved in?
It looks. I mean, it looks newer than the house does, or maybe it's just more well maintained. Also, it
Okay.
says that, okay. I was gonna say it says that you're muted. So,
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm also eating a snack in between, so I figured rather than you
got
guys
it.
hearing the bag and the crunching and stuff, I'll just
I
mute
love you
unless I
so
have
much.
something to
Thank
say.
you so much.
I usually just make Cody.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah,
Not even related to the recordings. It drives me insane. I can't physically handle it.
I love it. Yeah, so he's making his tea, and it'll take a little bit for the water to get boiling, but he just kind of puts his back towards the stove, and he kind of leans up against the outside of it, and just kind of is observing you guys.
Okay.
Hmm.
A lot of locks on that door.
Hold on.
Lots of zombies in the
Just a
grounds.
sec.
That's true.
Lopi's back.
Okay, I lost like almost 20 seconds of you there. I saw you guys' circles lighting up, like you were saying stuff, and then I wasn't hearing anything. So,
I don't think anyone actually was saying anything. I just
oh, okay.
was making a comment to him about a lot of locks there.
You never be too careful.
I
It's true.
suppose we should introduce ourselves. My name is Aislinn, and these gentlemen are...
Name's Torin.
There it is.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I
Kyle.
missed that.
There it is.
It's what we live for these days. It's what gets us
Dark
up. It's what gets us up in the morning. Yeah, maybe he'll say it this week.
You find the joy where you can.
I find it in saying my name.
Name's Torn.
I am Torn.
And then Brave just doesn't want to introduce himself because he's rude like that.
All right. My name is Brave LaFay. It's interesting seeing your town out here, sir. It reminds me of the destruction of my own hometown.
Your hometown run over by ash zombies?
Not quite, but the destruction is all the same.
I suppose.
Some messier than others.
Forgive
That's
my
true.
ignorance. Is there a difference between ash zombies and regular, run-of-the-mill, generic zombies?
Is that like a sub race of them, would you say? Or just what afflicts them?
Well, this town was devastated by magic about 30 years ago. These zombies were created in that devastation. They they seem to store ash inside of their body over time and use it defensively.
Interesting.
How so?
Hit one and find out.
I like you.
So what do you need?
We... After you.
I can't
Oh
remember
no,
the
you
name.
go right ahead.
All right. We're looking for a place known as Cragmaw Castle. And our mutual friend, said there wasn't an inch of land out here that you don't know.
She's quite right. I know the place. Nasty goblins.
Indeed. We're hoping to clear them out. Turns out there's a connection between them and them that was afflicting poor Elderfell not but a few days ago.
I heard of the man. Called himself Yarno.
Yes.
Sounded
Chill,
like a
Kyle.
bunch of bullshit to me.
So you're familiar with him. He's definitely been through here then.
Not through here, no. Cragmaw Castle's back to the southeast. Do you have a map?
Yeah, I have one on my person somewhere. Here.
So he takes it, and he doesn't look at it for more than a couple of seconds before marking a dot, a very precise dot, with a piece of charcoal that he took from one of the other spots on his stove. Right there.
Would you say that it's about the size of a pixel?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
A pixie?
No, a pixel.
Oh no, we do not want to get involved with those.
Why? What's
The
up with the
Fae
pixels?
the Fae are interesting business.
They're
I
very,
prefer-
very interesting.
I prefer the more natural nature.
Yeah, Fey works fine as long as you don't mind a little bit of insanity and a lot of manipulation.
Faye, like, grab you from your nards and flip you over your head with them.
I mean, if you're into that sort
One could say it's the bad touch.
Are we gonna
I mean,
meta
it
this?
depends.
Are we gonna meta this, boys? Bad touch?
Bad touch.
Bad touch. It's the bad
All
touch.
right. Who took chill touch?
Hell touch, bad touch.
It's a cantrip, and it's a very bad touch.
It's a bad touch.
You're
is the
going to have
worst
a
touch.
bad time.
At about this point, the water, like the kettle, starts to, and
How does it go?
Apologies for
One more
our
time.
listeners.
and he just, without even really looking at it, he just kind of reaches, grabs it, pours it into a couple of different mugs, and then he realizes he doesn't have enough mugs for all of you, so he also pours into a couple of bowls, and he has made tea for you guys, and he sets it out in front of you.
I
He puts the
start
kettle.
to tell the Torrens side. Dude, pick out those mugs you got.
Oh yeah.
Those are from my hot chocolate.
You
But
drank
they're
half
empty
of
now,
them.
aren't they?
I mean, at this point, I'm sure they're like all moldy, but I'm still going to drink them.
Oh lord.
I guess Torin pulls out two of his mugs that are still kind of scum-ridden of chocolate or hot chocolate.
Ugh.
Are they just chocolate residue or like?
I mean, it's old chocolate, and as he pulls it out, he starts like licking at it a bit,
It's like-
and then
Well,
his
well,
eyes
it's
just
only
get
like 2
huge
days
and
old.
start
Actually, it's only
tonguing it.
1, 2, 3 days old.
It's like a week old at this point.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, he is licking the crap out of that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, never mind.
He
I'll take
he
the bowl,
gives-
thanks.
He goes a very, very concerned look at Torin. And then after a moment, his face just kind of goes back to neutral. And he says, well, now that you know, I'd say you'd best be off. There's a
Oh.
lot going on around here. None of it you really want to be mixed up in. Zombies, plant monsters, not
Are you just
natural.
dealing with it all by yourself?
Most of that, I'm sorry.
Are you just dealing with it all by
Oh
yourself?
my goodness. Give me a sec.
Okay.
I gotta say that was a much more tactical approach than I was trying to think of.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's like, how
run
do I
that
say that
back.
without setting it off?
Run that back because I missed all of it.
And you're just dealing with all of that by yourself then?
I'm in and out. Mostly out these days.
Do you have anyone that you're contacting to try to help clear out this area?
No, I'm of the mindset that the nature will take care of itself in time.
Well, if nature itself is getting twisted into this, I'd have my concerns about whether it can right itself on its own.
Well, there is something a little bit unnatural here, besides the zombies. A green dragon recently moved into the tower, right up the hill.
Oh dear.
Dragon.
And yes, small green dragon. Doesn't appear very old.
Are we talking like a wormling, or are we talking at least, like a young one?
Young.
Right. Torin, before you get too many ideas, a wormling, which is like a freshly hatched little babe, has a few inches on you at least, not counting the wingspan. No offense, but probably twice your intelligence.
Torin is already gone sprinting up the hill.
No.
I'm kidding. No. I know what a wormling is, woman.
Do you now?
Did you just assume?
I do now, anyways.
He says
Caitlin just does the
there's-
slow blink and then just. So you were saying?
there are also a group of I couldn't tell their race, but there's a group in black robes and masks of some kind hiding out on the eastern edge of town.
Do they wear something that look like these? And I show him the pins.
No, they wear something different. They have horned masks of some kind.
I love a good
Do you know
cult.
if? Yeah. Do you know if they wear these pendants around their necks? And I pull out a pendant, or the pendant of Terith that I have.
You mean literally the exact same thing that Kyle just showed him?
Is that what he did? He
Yeah.
said pins. So I was like, shoot, never mind.
They're synonymous.
Pins and pendants are different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I knew what he meant when he said pull out a pin. But
I mean, they're
yeah,
definitely not pins. No.
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 All right.
There are
Well,
also
Come to
some nasty spiders around, but
Mm.
if you're careful, they're not too much of a bother.
Spiders don't worry me too much as long as we're not careless camping out here. Gentlemen in masks like what you described there, hopped over to another plane and still find cultural appropriation. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That went over my head.
With the horns.
Oh, you're right. That's it. You're a tiefling. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what now?
A what?
A tiefling.
He's a tiefling.
See, now I'm just picturing the TIE fighter from a franchise that
Being
has been
flung into
purchased by
space.
the Mouse Overlord, so...
Mouse Overlord?
You avoid certain phrases just because they are slowly acquiring everything under their entertainment brand.
Oh, that. Okay. It's okay, guys. I won't sell out. I brought you a bagel. Sold!
2 bagels. No!
I love that meme so much, though. The
so
souls.
perfect.
Are you hungry? Yeah, I can eat. What do you want? The souls of the innocent.
Losing
a bagel.
all of them.
No! 2 bagels.
It's the perfect meme for warlocks, to be honest.
It really is.
I wish to
Very
devour the unborn. Oh, so you want eggs?
Yep. He'll have the eggs. Are you done?
Yes.
Are you?
Quite.
I thought I made that abundantly clear when I left the call.
You left
You
the
left
call?
the call?
I can't believe we both just said that. Honestly, I don't notice when people leave the call. Everyone
You-
goes quiet because, you know, it's D&D and you have one person talking at once, at least when we try to. So if someone drops out, since I actually have Discord open, it doesn't... bloop.
Yeah, and my phone screen also turned off, so I
Ah.
You know,
couldn't
because
see
he
if you
uses
left.
a phone. Is this some form of peasant joke I don't understand?
Because I don't have Wi-Fi out here.
Peasants have the best memes, don't we? I
Usually.
say into my phone.
Memes.
One of these days we'll have to incorporate cave memes. But in the meantime,
Back to the story.
so we have our location. How much of a rush are you boys in to go meet your little wizard friend?
What time is it?
Right now, it's relatively early. It's like mid-afternoon at this point.
We're
That's-
making good time traveling.
Yeah, we've got time.
Yeah, I say we start heading out that way, and then later on we can come back here and try to help clear out the ash zombies, or at least the cultists who may be a part of that.
Look at Brave picking fights.
That's definitely one option. One option that I would also like to present for your consideration, although I'll leave the decision up to you boys. We could help this noble gentleman clear out the area here of its most pressing threats, perhaps leaving him free to help us, unless you feel very confident in taking on this wizard and his goblin army. Just the 5 of us.
Well, we know where he's hanging out. He's not going to be leaving his precious manor anytime soon. Well, I say manor,
No.
but I mean castle, but he's not going to be leaving his castle anytime soon, so time isn't too much of the essence. I'm all for helping him clear out the area, but I do not want to be here past dusk outside.
Yeah, it's very true.
Ridos, excuse me. You said that the zombies came out after a disaster struck the town.
Yes.
Do you know anything about this disaster?
Magical disaster about 30 years ago disrupted the balance of nature in the area. It's actually what drew me to set a camp here.
Your goal was to clear it out yourself.
To observe and to take action if needed.
And if we were to clear it out, would you take action against us? We
No.
just need clarification. Thank you.
Supposed to let nature do it. It's cheating.
Preserving the
That-
balance versus
That's seriously
forcibly
what I was thinking. So.
adjusting it. Unless, I mean, you gentlemen are more familiar with the wizard than I. I merely met him in the woods, and he didn't seem to have any big plans about, altering the natural design or order of things. But if you happen to know of any plans he might have for disrupting nature's order, it's probably in Rite's best interest that he be informed of them. Made aware, at least.
Yolwar, yeah, he's a card. Not really in particular. He's kind of a what would be a proper term?
A dick.
Bleep. While still posing a threat, in the grand scheme of things, he's little more than a messenger boy. As to say, he has a considerable amount of wealth and power and is in control of a lot of areas. His greater ends are really just to meet his own needs and wants. However, the organization he works for is a little bit more aggressive towards the balance of nature, in which they wish to bring back an old deity to throw the world into chaos.
At this point, Aislinn just grabs the bridge of her nose and her shoulders slump. Everywhere I go, one of their destructive brethren sealed away. At all? Like, are they that? Are any of them competent of this? It seems like it should be something that they are capable of doing. Seems like the world goes in cycles wherever we go.
As they say, history repeats, does it not?
Right, but it's not exactly time travel I'm into. It just seems that some things never change, I guess. Well, chaos deity coming to plunge the world into discord and pandemonium. Wonderful.
Discord.
The thirst of men is the same across many worlds.
Now, on that, we can definitely agree.
Well,
if you would so like, to board us for the night, we will gladly spend the rest of the day aiding in the clearing of the issues around here.
he kind of shoves his hands, like, really emphatically, pointing out that his house is one room, and between the five of you standing in it, you're taking up most of the space, except for the bed, the single bed in the corner.
Aislinn leans over to whisper in your ear. A man like this is going to want his privacy.
Well, I'm sure there's another building in the area we can clear out.
Yeah.
I kind of whisper back,
like-
or we can clear out.
It's up to you, gentlemen.
Yeah, let's try fortifying ourselves in that one tavern that we passed by.
Now, was the tavern 2 stories?
No.
Okay, that's better. The fewer rooms we have to be
There might be a
guarding,
cellar,
the
though.
better. Wonderful.
Guys, I gotta go. Don't stop playing, but if it comes to something, Torn's either going to drink, break something, or just scream in general.
Okay. At least I have a copy of your character sheet, so I can play you.
Alright, yeah, sorry about that. Have fun. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
See ya.
Ari and Torn go off on little mini adventures and have a little buddy cop episode.
The entire time, neither of them say a single word. it's like a still motion, or not a still. What do they call them? Silent movies.
Yeah.
It's just Tugboat, just narrating their actions the entire time.
Most of it's just Aries shaking his head or pinching the bridge of his nose.
Yeah.
Or he
Torrance
does the universal hands gesture for the fuck is he doing?
I love it. Yeah, so what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna thank him for his hospitality and say that with as straight a face as I can. And
How was the tea, by the way? Aislinn did at least have a sip of hers, so.
roll for flavor?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Druids are really good at taking, the natural
They know
things
their
around
herbs,
them
man.
and they know their herbs, they know their fruits and stuff. So
Mhm.
it was a pretty good little bit, like a hint of fruit to the tea. It was good.
Nice.
Yes. So Aislinn very genuinely, thank you for your hospitality, sir.
For you, anytime.
Oh.
All right. Thank you,
So
sir.
we're gonna bid adieu, and
Yep.
I'm
I
assuming we're
salute
just
him
gonna hear
as we
so many
leave.
clicks as we walk out that door.
Yeah, so you guys will step outside and choo, choo, shunk.
I lean over to Brave. Hey, Brave, didn't you leave your sword in there?
I did not. I did not, and I have 3, man. Don't even play with me.
It's no wonder you fall
All
to the
right.
ground so much.
Says the guy who has like 17,000 daggers.
Hold up. I have 5 daggers.
Dude, you don't even need that many.
I couldn't
That's
throw
still-
them.
You know, it depends on the kind of DM, because a lot of DMs, if you throw the dagger, you have to roll in, unless it like stays in the guy. If you miss with that attack, then you're rolling to see if you can find that dagger again.
That is definitely how he's been doing that. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
stock up on daggers. Make sure your rogue has plenty of pointy things.
I like pointy things. Out of character. Like I almost want to say, if that was in character, that he would just be like poking his finger with one and kind of just spinning it between his middle finger and thumb, just kind of spinning the blade.
Yeah.
But no. So once we start walking, I guess, towards the tavern, once we're far enough away, which I guess wouldn't really be that far, I just kind of look at them like, are we actually staying here, or are we pressing on?
Well, you still got that map, right? How far is it from here to there? It's going to
Yes.
take us a couple of days.
Let me get out my map.
I could just put a random dot somewhere.
No, I have it placed. I just have to open the file. Which, with all the other things that I was opening and doing, you would think that I would have already had that, but I didn't. Let's see.
It's okay. We all remember the time you generated an entire city in the matter of 20 seconds. Well, populated the city, which to me is
Yeah, that was crazy.
which to me is the same. I mean, it might as well be.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Aha, I found it.
Gary.
Let's see here. From your position, where you are, okay, that is the right layer. It will take you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3 hours. 4 hours. Let me grab this and this and this. Doop, 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 doop. 5. About 5.5 hours. It'll take you. Wow, that's not very much. 5.5 hours to travel from where you are to where you want to be, which really is not very much time, and is my fault for scaling my map how I did. But anyways, yeah.
I mean, if we're not looking at the map, you could have lied.
Yeah.
Some of us are looking at the map, though.
Ah.
Not that we have any plot points whatsoever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So your point is still completely valid.
But
Right.
it's up to you. If you want to stick by that decision, that's fine.
Well, because I've done a whole lot of other math for this, and if I wanted to, I could make it 10 times bigger, and then my math would be approximately the same.
Mm,
But I would have to. There would be even more recalculating.
Well, what if the bard just plays the Song of Double Time?
Yeah, then it would take you double the time.
Well, no, because it
I-
fast forward.
I'm. Yeah, it fast forwards the time that's going, but it
That's
doesn't
fair.
fast forward
Yeah,
you.
okay. Then the inverted Song of Time.
Oh, there we go.
I played the Song of Time backwards. That's how skilled of a bard I am.
Pretty sure that's
But can you
actually
play
how
Zelda's
that.
Lullaby backwards? No, I didn't think so.
What about Seventh Heaven?
Now let a girl keep some secrets.
But can
Sorry,
she play
I've been
Stairway to Heaven?
I've been playing Final Fantasy VII, and it's not Seventh Heaven, it's Final Heaven. Is Tifa's final limit break? Anyways, moving on. Yeah, but without readjusting my map and redoing all of my counting and calculations, it will take 5.5 hours to travel from where you are to where you need to be, which at this point would put you guys traveling into like 3 the next morning.
Right. Don't really want to be traveling through this area at night. And if we're going to be going
That's
to the castle, arriving there in the middle of the night, not sure I want to take that chance.
No.
No, that's very true. Well, tactically it could help us, but not.
Still light out.
Or we could get
and kill
closer
some
and then wait
things.
for nightfall. But if we've been traveling all night, I don't trust my judgment. No offense, but I
Yeah.
don't trust yours.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, anybody's judgment at night after traveling for so long would be pretty off by then as well. But
Exactly.
yeah, it's very.
And then
fair.
I just look at Tor, and it's like, and that one's judgment is really never solid.
he's just going to kind of shrug.
Ah!
Finger his axe.
I summon my axe.
Then just
I've decided
grabs the
I'm
blade
playing
lovingly.
Torin. I've decided that I'm playing Torin, where he's just kind of chill at this moment in time.
He's been drugged a little bit.
tea?
Well, he did whisper
Right off
into the
new.
tea.
Right off new. No, he was casting Create Water.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see him pull water from anywhere else?
No, but I do see I do see a very tired. Well, tired. Well, I don't want to say drunk, and I don't want to say tired. What's the word? Sedated. That's the word I'm looking for. I do see a very sedated dwarf, which is very out of character for him.
He just can't handle his chamomile.
He's
It's my
sedated whenever we're
favorite
doing
tea.
role-playing stuff because it's not hitting things and he doesn't care. But that's neither here nor there.
And he won't hear this until 3 weeks later.
He's not going to listen to it either.
I don't know which comment I want to laugh at more. 3 weeks later, or the fact that someone suggested that he would watch these? That's a tough decision.
Right then. So, you boys want to pick a nice small one-room house like our druid friend has, it'll be easy to secure, or the tavern that might have some extra supplies and may take a little bit more to clear out and defend.
We could go for the small house, probably. That'd be our best bet.
In all fairness, I feel like Torin's going to vote for the tavern
Yeah.
because there might be alcohol, and there's not going to be any barmaid to tell him no and kick him out.
Yeah, that's true. Let's keep him away from the tavern. Kyle, your vote?
I mean,
I mean, that was out of character. That was, I feel like if the DM's playing Torin as Torin, he's probably going to vote for the tavern.
Yeah, Torin's gonna vote for the tavern.
he's gonna really vote for that tavern. I mean, okay, but this started 30 years ago, so there's probably not much in there.
It'd probably be much more.
And I mean,
It might be milder now.
That's true. Yeah.
either that or it ferments and gets worse.
Shut up.
Fermented.
That was out of character.
It's an elvish word. It means weaker.
That's good. That was good.
I'm rolling for belief.
Do I get to roll deception then?
Yeah, do it.
Well, are you rolling for his intelligence or his insight?
Well, hold on. Let me actually pull up his character sheet here that he just sent me.
Not
And it tells me
comfortable.
nothing. He doesn't have his languages or anything on here, so I'll just do this. Okay.
Rolls D20.
Okay, what was your deception?
15?
Yeah, he believes you.
She's pretty
course,
charming
for-
anyway.
I
As
am
far
clearly the most trustworthy person here.
Well, he did
far
give
as I'm
you all
aware,
of his
Torin
weapons
doesn't
in a
speak.
drunken stupor.
as far as I'm aware, Torin doesn't speak Elvish, so he couldn't be like, no, that's wrong. So
Excuse me.
But,
no.
Actually.
According to the encyclopedia of
Vine lives on in our hearts.
yeah, so Torin has become disinterested in the tavern because it might be fermented, which means weaker.
yeah.
I tell him, it's okay, you'll get to hit things. Assuming that, well, not even assuming. If he wants to beat on some corpses, that's fine, but I'm looting them first.
Okay. So, so the fork in the road, the left hand would go back up to the brown horse. The right hand, from where you are, you can see that it goes down a little ways before it forks again, but there is a small side road that cuts right up the hill to the old wizard's tower thing. Yeah.
I'm all for getting our shelter for the night cleared out while it's still daylight and getting that all secure. But if we have a little extra time, I'm curious. Towers usually mean mages, and if there was an arcane incident 30 years ago that's causing these zombies, I suspect the source and possibly the solution are up that hill.
Oh, I'm all for clearing out that tower.
True, but didn't what's his name tell us that there was a dragon there too?
Was that tower or was that elsewhere?
I thought it was in a cave up in the mountains, but I
Yeah.
may have misheard.
Oh, I may have misheard as well. So
DM,
Roll
Dungeon
for
the
history.
Baker?
roll history for remembering.
Yeah.
Us or
Okay.
you?
No, we're doing this. Hey, that's
Here's my
not too
D20.
bad.
Hey, look at you being separated by your lonesome self.
hey,
It's a
13.
18.
Oh my gosh, we tried. We're twinsies.
Yeah, I mean,
Not the right number.
you guys both, I mean, you guys all three, this conversation happened really recently. He did not say he neglected to say specifically where the dragon had moved into.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
So did all three of us just insert
now-
that?
Now, question here that's going to be a little out of character, but or I guess sort of a comment that could lead into a question. We have a ranger friend who at this level probably has at least one favorite enemy.
Mm-hmm.
If that
Yeah.
enemy happens to be, say, dragons, then he would be a student of dragon nature and behavior and might be more well acquainted with where a green dragon of, say, young age would prefer to set up their lair.
That's very true. The only thing is that I'm only proficient in knowledge in beasts, not dragons.
You picked
I
beasts
believe.
for your favorite enemy?
Yep. Yes,
Hunter
he did.
style. The disappointment. What wasn't your village? Oh wait, no, your village wasn't destroyed by a dragon, was it?
You're thinking of Mikhail.
Do you know how many rangers? Yep, my whole village was destroyed by dragons, so now I hunt dragons. You're not
Yeah,
the
that
only
was-
one.
It's
You're not
just
the
literally
first
associated to you.
ranger. You're not the first ranger that I've even
No.
heard of that did it.
I'm sure.
My family's dead.
Yes, well,
Guess what, Colton? That means mine's more original than yours.
oh please. Orphan, growing up, hard knock life, turns to thievery and hating humanity just to
No,
survive.
I don't hate humanity. I just am. I keep to myself.
You are stupid, and that's okay.
You are stupid, and that's okay. I don't hate humanity. I'm just better than you. But mother.
Nope, get Sean out of here.
But mama!
And suddenly,
Dude, if Ken doesn't watch this episode, he has missed out on so much.
indeed.
Leroy. At least he was there for that.
All right. So what's the plan? What is the move?
I say we clear out the bar first because magic, that's a little bit
we said-
unpredictable.
I thought we said we weren't going to the tavern.
Yeah, we said we weren't going to go to the tavern.
Was that the decision we made?
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure.
Then where were we going
We
to clear out?
collectively made that.
We were gonna pick a smaller house that's like easier to clear out and
I
defend.
probably missed that.
So it would seem.
Okay.
This was like 2 minutes ago.
Well,
Yes, but then we got really distracted by
yeah,
other things.
I mean,
Yeah, very true.
let's not pluck at that thread.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. So for one, that's fairly intact, so we don't have things coming in through the roof.
I keep forgetting that plants are an issue as well. Normally undergrowth is the least of concern when there are things amuck.
Indeed. So we'll definitely be setting up watches in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And don't
Sure.
let them grab you by the ankles and drag you off.
Aye. Make sure your
Okay.
mouth is at least clear so you can scream for help if you need.
Yeah,
Draw
that's
all
okay.
the enemies.
I can make sound if I need to.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Which
it
actually, if
depends
we
on
want
whether-
to, I could do that at the front door and see if something comes running out
Of what?
of the
front door of the castle.
tower
or-
and
Oh,
or
the
smaller
tower.
building.
Yo, if we
Got
work together on this one, like one of us can create an image and the other one can create the sound effects, it'll be great.
Oh well, I can also create silent image.
I can do minor illusion or thaumaturgy or prestidigitation.
I can't do those
Oh.
last two.
I do love prestidigitation.
Such a good
Prestidigitation.
good
As you said that one time.
Very much so. That's a good tugboat impression. But yes, it's quite a bit you can do with that.
Prestidigitation.
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 Prestidigitation. It's like Worcestershire sauce.
Let's not go there. That's a cursed word. Shush.
Nobody's convinced on how they actually say it.
Yeah, no. Most of the
Sudoku.
folks on my mom's side of the family, and their friends have just converted it to "What's the sear sauce?"
That's good. I like that.
What's the sear sauce? Close enough.
So,
Right.
what is the play?
I
Clear out
stabbed
the-
Brave in the heart.
While he's muted.
That's because I stabbed him in the neck first.
Right. So I cast mind control, take all of their stuff, and
And then plain walk out of there.
I give them all love potions.
No! Torin just starts looking at us. Brave, we need to move. We need to move now.
I have a pet dwarf and a pet half-elf and a pet human.
Are you gonna kill us all in your dreams too? Sacrifice us to your hierarchy?
Right. I think you're thinking of someone else. Just because I've got horns doesn't mean I'm a demon woman. But I do
I like how she
feel-
took that entirely out of context conversation, brought it back in.
Alright, I missed part of that last little bit of the conversation because
Don't worry,
Yes, you
Kyle
did.
was just being a racist.
What?
As usual.
No, but let me allow. We're not all the same.
Al, your horns look the same to me.
oh, Torn, no.
Y'all must be one of them devil folk.
Well, if I must be, then you must be my next sacrifice.
Okay, we're derailing a little bit.
So derailed. So derailed.
Very much. Very, very
Okay.
much.
Cleaning
Are we just
out,
picking a random house? Like, oh, that one looks a little bit less crap than the other ones.
looking for one that's intact enough that should be fairly easy to defend.
We roll
Yeah.
1%.
The DAM is so kind.
Roll for investigation.
Okay.
12.
Ooh, let's see here with modifier. That is 19.
Okay.
14. Oh, wait. Investigation?
So,
12. Sorry.
let's see here. So, as you guys are investigating the town, I will notate some points of interest here. So, at an intersection near the middle of the village, a narrow lane winds up the steep hillside to the north, which is where the tower is. Directly to the south is a ruined building that might have been a store or workshop. Webs stretch across the lane from the building to the trees on the north side of the road.
Spiders over there.
Those are my
But
favorite enemies.
Wait, we know where the spiders are?
We see
No.
webs.
You see webs.
Uh,
But
But I would build.
the building is pretty dilapidated. You reach the fork in the road, and if you head north, you pretty quickly come to it looks kind of like a town square. On the east side of town, the lane opens up to form a small square. Several ruined buildings surround the south side of the square, but a larger, intact structure to the north looks like an old barracks. One lane leads southeast, and another heads southwest around the hill in the middle of the town. This is where you guys came from. And a third way meanders north. In the middle of the square, leaning to one side ever so slightly, is a weathered wooden statue of a warrior clutching a spear and shield.
Human warrior?
As far as you can tell.
Okay. Is there any inscription on the statue?
No. But if you would like, you can. Well, actually, you probably couldn't since you're not really native to here. But another person could, if they are interested, make a history check.
Okay. Also, while we're walking over, I point out that the barracks and the store to the south both look like solid places to set up.
The store does not. The store is pretty dilapidated.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then the barracks, probably. And also, that is a natural 20.
Okay.
Which is totally what I wanted to spend that on tonight.
You...
It's a statue! Yeah, I know
Brave,
all about this statue.
Brave, are you familiar, or are you interested in the statue?
Yeah, might as well roll and see what I come up with.
Okay.
That is 17.
Okay. Both of you know by kind of studying the statue, you recognize that the statue is a depiction of an old hero from Whistlereth named Palion, who supposedly defeated several monsters in the Whistlereth woods when Thunder Tree was first founded. That's about it.
Neat.
How
Are you guys heading
Was
towards the
Whistlereth
barrack?
a region, or was that the city
Whistlereth
itself?
is the city.
Okay. So he has a statue all the way out here then.
Yeah, you guys aren't super far. You guys are closer to
We do have 2 days of travel.
Mm-hmm.
How far is
Right.
that?
I mean, you guys, it's pretty much actually like the halfway point between the city Whistlereth and the city of Taps, which, if I pull up my if I pull this up,
That's a pretty
so
solid
that I can be
distance.
reminded. So the nations are Tirida is the one that the capital is Taps, and Lunea is.
I'll get it for you.
I found it.
Oh.
Tirida is the one with the capital of Taps, and Lunea is the nation with the capital Whistlery. So it's like pretty much it would be in Tirida, but it's right in between Whistlereth and Taps.
Interesting.
Yeah. So are you guys heading towards the barracks, or are you going to head south in the town?
I think the barracks is probably the best place to go.
Yeah, I agree with Kyle.
Okay.
Or we can
All
go look for things to kill. But we should probably
Well,
clear out the building first.
Isn't
That's
Okay.
my opinion as well. If we're setting up here for the night, we should make sure it's clear of any unpleasant denizens before we lay down our bedrolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys going into the barracks?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, can we have Airy cast Sacred Flame into there before we go in?
You just want to
Nope.
burn the empty room.
Is the door open
does
or
not
closed
work.
right now?
Well, it is closed right now. Also, that's not how Sacred Flame works.
Okay. Sorry.
Me or
It's
Sacred
not a
Flame-
fireball. It's not an
Sacred
area
Flame
effect.
is cast on a target.
Yeah.
So when we're within 30 feet of it, I'd like to use thaumaturgy to just open the door in case it's unlocked. If it's locked, it won't work, but if it's unlocked, I'm going to use
is that a
thaumaturgy.
spell or is that a cantrip?
It's a little cantrip.
Okay.
Something I inherited from me mum.
So thaumaturgy, in fact, causes the door to just fly open.
Woo!
And it reveals an inky blackness inside. There is no light. The barracks appear to have weathered the years better than most of the buildings in town. Its rooftop features a simple battlement, and arrow-slit windows confirm that it was built to serve as a small keep in times of emergency.
Right.
All right.
The fact that it's unlocked makes me think there's probably no one living inside it anymore.
The word is living.
Indeed.
Yeah. Should we have
Um,
Torn lead us in since he has dark vision? And I do too, but I say we let the
We also have torches, but not disagreeing.
Yeah. Sorry, just a suggestion. For
I
what
mean,
we can do.
We
go forward.
definitely
I mean-
can.
If we're going in, Torin is more than willing to leave.
right.
Yeah.
I summon my hammer.
He
I'll
does, in
walk-
fact, summon his axe.
That's right,
walk
it's an axe
behind-
now. I keep forgetting that.
Well, he's also bonded with his light hammers.
Maybe that's
Because
why.
I
Yeah, he
guess
can bond with more
Eldritch-
than one.
Because
Well,
I guess Eldritch Knights are allowed to bond with 3 weapons, I think. It's either 3 or 2, but it's either way, it's obscene.
I
Indeed.
remember him having a hammer and then an axe, or vice versa, which is
Yeah,
why I
the
forget.
hammers...
Which is
the
why I
hammers
forget what he actually
throws.
has.
The hammers he throws. Because they're
No,
light hammers.
There was a conversation a while back that
Oh,
the two of
talking
you-
about the mall.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is why it throws
Yeah.
me. So he has an axe, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He's wielding a great axe.
Okay.
I'll walk behind-
I'm just gonna yeet myself inside.
I'll walk behind him and I'll have a torch ready, in case we need to light it. But for the moment, as long as our human friend stays close enough that those of us with dark vision can help guide him along.
I was gonna say, don't tieflings have dark vision?
I've not heard of a tiefling, but I do have dark vision from both sides of my family.
Is it tiefling or tiefling? Because I remember saying both,
Tiefling.
and both times I got
It's
ridiculed for it.
Tiefling.
Tiefling.
I've said both, and both times I've been ridiculed, so I really just don't know anymore.
Not by us.
I don't mock people for saying tiefling because that's the correct way. People who say tiefling always make me think of a TIE fighter.
That's right. You know what it was? Is that you said that last time, and then we kept saying tiefling ironically, and that's what
Yeah.
threw me off. That, and it's been like a month.
That's
so it's not exactly fresh in my mind.
That's all right. This is mostly a learning experience for people at home to learn. Don't call them tieflings. They are tieflings.
Okay. So, as Torin
They really like their tea. That's how you remember.
Sure.
As Torin steps in through the door to the old barracks, there is a slight stirring, and 5 zombies slowly climb to their feet. Roll initiative.
Yay!
Colton, I need you to pop your knuckles. I popped my knuckles too recently. I can't.
Here, nope. Let me type.
Ooh.
A3 is here.
Just looked it up because I was bored, and you can have up to 2 bonded weapons, but you can summon only one at a time with your bonus action. If you attempt to
Right.
bond with a 3rd weapon, you must break the bond with one of the other 2.
Okay, 25 to 20.
Let's see here. That is a modified 20, my friend.
Okay. Aislinn 20. 20 to 15. 15 to 10. Hello.
Seriously, guys.
I rolled a 6. I'm gonna save you time.
I got a 7.
You rolled a 6. What's your
Nope.
what is that?
Nope.
is
I
that-
rolled a 1 and I got a 6 total.
You
Got
guys are
it.
the dex-based characters.
That's why my
Kyle,
initiative is 5.
Six.
Wait, hold up. Is initiative?
Plus 5. Is your
Initiative
dex
is-
mod?
Yeah, so that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, my dex
And-
mod is 1.
Brave.
I
What
rolled
is
a
your
1.
initiative?
I got a 7.
Okay. I'm gonna put you. Oops, that was shift, not enter.
Okay, so initiative is
Here.
just straight dex mod, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is right.
Doop. Doop.
I mean, unless you have a special feature that lets you add your proficiency bonus or
True.
half your proficiency bonus to it.
There's this one.
Or I think there's a wizard thing where you can use your intelligence instead of dex.
Probably.
Wow. Airy has a 15. And Torin has a...
Torin got bit. He wasn't paying attention.
A 9. I'm going to put him right here. Torin 9. Capitalize that T, though. All right. Aislinn, you go first.
What?
There are 4 zombies. One of them is probably within 5 feet of the door.
Okay, so... That's a that, that's a that. Don't really want to wait.
How many zombies did I say there were? Because there are 5 of them.
5.
You said 5.
Yeah.
You said
Okay,
5.
good.
Everything's in action. So... like one of those things. I could light a torch, or I could just attack it. We just double check, make sure this works on those. That could be fun. And we that oh sorry. So let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and light the torch.
Okay.
Light the torch with prestidigitation, so that's an action. And then pull out and have that in my offhand while I pull out my sword, my long sword.
Okay. Sounds good.
And Ari, I hope your god is with us. We're going to need you more than ever. And I'm giving Ari inspiration.
Which dice is that right now?
That is a D6.
Okay. I'm going to use this color.
Perfect.
Cool. All right.
Dang.
And that is going to make it Ash Zombie 4's turn. Ash Zombie 4 is going to shamble up to Torin from about 10 feet away and is going to make an attack against him. It's a slam attack.
Oh dear.
And I mean, that's just what it's called.
Does the zombie have a large number 4 on its chest?
Yes, he does in fact have a large number 4 on his chest.
Sweet.
You can't read it though because it's written in Inferno.
That is
Says
a
you. Oh, never mind. I only
And that's a 13, which I would assume does not hit his armor class.
I should hope not. Please tell me he's wearing something more than, like, leather armor.
So according to the character sheet that he gave me, that hits his armor class.
Okay, does the character sheet show him as wearing any armor?
Well, he only has a plus... Wait. Yeah, he only has a +1 to Dex. So if he was wearing no armor, he would have a 11. So he's wearing, like, studded or something, because leather armor is 11 plus Dex.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So, yeah, that's fun. I need to notate Torin's health. Torin HP. There we go. Okay, and so he's going to take 1d6 plus 1 bludgeoning damage. That is only 2. So his maximum HP is 45. So he presently has 43. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I'm saying things out loud because that's where I'm at.
Verbal processor. It's okay.
Ari is next, and he is going to come up. Actually, he's able to cast this at a distance. And he is going to cast Shield of Faith on Torin, bringing his armor class up by 2. So that'll be nice, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And that is actually a bonus action. So he will cast Sacred Flame on the one that attacked Torin. And he has to make a dex save, which he fails. And will take D8 radiant damage.
Woohoo.
And they do not. Okay. Cool. Which is going to be this color. 5 radiant damage.
Good.
Okay. It is now Zombie 3's turn, who is going to walk up and take the last tile inside of the doorway. So if Torin is inside the door, then there's one to his left, one directly in front of him, and now one to his right, and is going to make a slam attack against him, which misses horrendously, rolling a 3. And now it is Zombie 2's turn, who's going to shamble up, but can't get close enough to try and make a bite. Also, I forgot about ash things. So when they take damage, what happens? Oh, okay.
They die.
Torin has to make a Constitution saving throw, which he makes. He makes it. It's fine. Cool. And now it is Torin's turn. And Torin is going to swing his great axe at the one that just tried to hit him. And is going to hit him by a lot. By a lot. Rolled a natural 16 plus 5. So he's going to do 1d12 plus 3. I like using my metal dice for these heavy metal weapons. I'm going to do that much damage. Cool. And now it is Zombie 5's turn, who is the one to Torin's left. And he's going to make a slamming attack.
I would like to note that I am standing, like, right near Torin as well, so.
Are you...
I was right behind Torin.
Okay, so you are in the doorway, but not in the building yet.
Okay.
Whereas Torin is in the building and he's a little bit on the surrounded side.
A little bit on the surrounded side.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether like they would see me as a target yet or not, but
They can't
Oh,
reach
no.
you as a target yet.
okay, cool.
That hits. And he's going to take 3 points of damage, which honestly, for Torin, is basically nothing. Brave, it is your turn. You are stuck outside of the barracks at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Brave?
All right. Sorry, I'm here. Brave is here. Stuck outside of the barracks. I will
Yeah.
take. I'll equip my short sword. And is there a way for me to get inside of the barracks, or is it blocked right now
Nope.
by Tor?
It is presently blocked by Torin's surprisingly tall, fat self. He's
Yeah.
not
And then you have
fat.
her behind him.
He a thick boy.
Yeah. Shoot. I don't know. I don't want to take a chance of equipping the bow and shooting someone in the back. So, I don't know. Could I like reach over the top of Torn's head and try to stab one of the zombies? Or
Nope.
damn. Okay. I don't really know what to do. I don't have any kind of action spells other than Hunter's Mark. So
You didn't
I
take
guess
any spells?
no. I do have spells. Well, I have 3.
You only have 3 spells at 4th level?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Crap. Dang.
Yeah.
Rangers suck as spellcasters.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you only have 3 spells. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Because they're a combination of martial class caster.
right. It's because they took
Yeah.
all the worst parts of being a fighter and all the worst parts of being a druid and put them together.
Yep. Pretty much. Find that out halfway through the campaign, of course.
Just as a side note, you can move through a non-style creature's space on your
Right.
turn.
Correct.
But it'll use 10 feet of movement instead of 5 to move through that 5-foot square.
Yeah, but I don't think I can shuffle in front of Warren because he's kind of surrounded at the moment. So
I mean, I would let you make a strength check to try and shove past one of the zombies.
I mean, yeah,
You can
I don't know if I want
also
to do that because I could aggro them.
you can also hold an action for as soon as you've got a shot.
You can do that? Okay.
Yeah.
You can hold an action. You don't get your movement or your bonus action, but as a reaction, you can activate that action.
So what you can do is like, I'm going to draw my bow, but I'm going to hold it until I get a clear shot. And then if everybody were to move out of the way, then as soon as everybody's out of the way, you're able to loose that shot as a reaction.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I can do that then.
Okay.
Just yeah, I'll just hold, or I'll instead re-equip my bow and hold it until I get a good shot.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll just say that instead of having swapped to your sword, you just pulled your bow out instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Ash Zombie 1. There is now a total of a 5-tile barricade around Torin, but Ash Zombie 1 cannot reach Torin to hit him. Kyle, it's your turn.
Do I have any way to shoot a crossbow bolt past everyone's
Not a-
heads to hit something?
Not a clear shot, no. They would be, at the very least, behind. It would be considered half cover, which would give them 2 to their AC. Which honestly is pretty low, but
Let's see. Concentration up to 1 round. Because I mean, unless Torin and everyone backs out the doorway and lets them out, we probably can't really. Most of us probably can't really engage them, can we? I would think.
Correct.
So.
Or if he shoves his way in.
I have an idea.
You guys just rolled really badly for initiative, so nobody was able to get in.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my True Strike cantrip.
Okay.
And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to yell at them to let them out. And then
Okay.
if everyone backs up, hopefully Torin doesn't fall on his back and gets eaten alive. Oops.
All right. So you're casting True Strike, yelling. Is that all you're doing for your turn?
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to do as a bonus action.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes it Aislin's turn.
Right. Can I shove myself in front of Torin and cast Thunder Wave in front of me toward the zombies?
That's an area of effect, right? That's not directional.
So
Thunderwave is a square radius around you, isn't it?
it's a 15-foot cube originating from you, and in addition, it says a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. So,
I think
my understanding is I could put the
center. So the way that I've always understood that is that the point of origin is you.
That's
originating
how I understand it
from
too, because otherwise it would say originating in front of you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or originating from a point of your choosing within X distance. I've always understood it as like just like a repulsion from around you.
Yeah, I've kind of heard it both ways. Generally, the argument I hear for being able to kind of put yourself at the edge of the cube is it doesn't say centered on you. It just says
it says originating from you.
Yep, it's DM's call. That's just for your consideration.
Yeah, I probably would say that it originates from you.
Okay. Well,
he's a beefy boy.
If he is. If I move in front of Torin, will the 15-foot cube catch the squishy boys in the back?
I would say that there's enough walling, and it would probably just be Aerie who would be also inside of the cube. The walls are probably thick enough to prevent most of the wave from hitting the others.
Okay.
Because the 15-foot cube would basically be a total of the 8 adjacent tiles around you if we're going by 5-foot tiles.
Okay.
Because then that would be 15 feet on each side.
A 15-foot cube would essentially be like a 7-foot radius from me.
Yeah, which actually, thinking of it that way, if you move up one tile, then Aerie would not be in it. So no, you would be able to miss all of the squishy boys.
Okay, then let's do that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how close Brave moved in the first place, but most of us haven't, because the initiative, like, I didn't even move,
right.
So I'm nowhere near the front.
Yeah.
Same.
Right. Well, and it would affect one tile in every direction.
Yeah.
So you guys would all be safe.
Yep.
Torin would be the only one, and honestly, I think because generally you don't share a tile and the spell doesn't hurt you, I would say that if you're in the tile with somebody, it's probably safe to say that you could like be close enough to him that it doesn't hurt him either.
Perfect.
I don't know. That might be me shielding Torin from the pain, but
I mean, the player's not here.
It makes sense to me, because like if you create it, it has a starting point. You know?
Yeah.
Flavor or meta-wise, that could start 1 or 2 feet out.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're standing on top of someone,
if you're giving them a good hug.
Yep. Just getting nice and
Okay.
close there. And we're going to cast that at a second level.
Oh. 1, 2,
Crunch.
3. Where's my other 20s? 4, 5 of these.
Constitution saving throws.
And what is the DC?
15.
Only one of them makes it. And
All
it's
right.
going to be it's going to be that one. Okay.
Okay.
So
He
all
takes-
of them
Yeah.
will take how much
So-
damage?
The one that saved will take half damage, and he is not pushed away. The ones that did not make their save are taking full damage and are pushed 10 feet away from me.
Correct.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see here. That's 9 points of thunder damage.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That was pretty effective. They all kind of are. Let's see here. I'm gonna do this, and oh goodness, they're all knocked prone.
Commence the stabbing.
Okay. And then you cannot end your turn in the same tile as anything else. So
Yeah, no. So I'll step forward into the now cleared space.
okay. And there is enough space that everybody could get in.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
idea. And I
Um,
am still holding the torch, so
Yeah. Since I
Our,
saved my attack, could I try taking a shot real quick at one of them on the ground?
there still would not be a clear shot because Torin is still in the doorway.
Okay, yeah.
but if Torin's initiative is before you and he moves to go attack one of them, then
Correct.
Yeah.
it can release
Alrighty.
then.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So wait.
Which makes it, unless Aislinn has something else she wants to do.
Don't really have any bonus. Well, actually, let's see here. You're already keeping. Aries got inspiration.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and just to show there's no hard feelings. Kyle, you
Hey?
can do this, mate. Stay focused, and you get a D6 inspiration as well. And just as a reminder, not only can you use that on attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws, but because I have combat inspiration, you could also choose to instead add that die to a weapon damage roll, or if an attack is made against you, you can use your reaction to roll the die and add that number to your AC.
Okay. As far as applying it to my rolls, remind me, I can choose to add it
You can
after I
use it
roll.
to basically anything.
Right.
You can choose after the roll is
before it's determined.
Yeah, before it's officially stated whether you hit or miss, or before the effect
Okay.
takes place.
Sounds good. Which makes it Zombie 4's turn. And he's going to stand up using half of his movement and use the other half of his movement to close the distance between himself and Aislinn. Because she did the thing and it hurt. And he's going to try to slam.
Oh, I'm scared.
Does a 6 beat your armor class?
That's adorable.
Okay.
I'm so slow.
And
Oh, that didn't feel good to now, did it?
Airy, who it is his turn now, he's going to use his action to cast Bless on Aislinn on Torin, and on Kyle. Sorry, Brave, he doesn't have enough targets.
It's fine. I see the favoritism.
To be fair, we're more likely to get up in melee combat where we may need to make saving throws.
So you can for the next minute, you get 1d4 to attacks and saves.
Gonna use the pearly white and gold die for that, because we got that from Mr. Priest.
Ah, there you go. And then he's going bonus action cantrip. So that's going to be his turn, which then makes it Zombie 3, who's going to get up, and he's going to shamble back over to Torin. And that's going to hit for a grand total of 3 damage. Oh no! Oops. Now Torin has 437 health. There we go. I accidentally only erased
Reverse damage.
So he was at 40 hit points, and I went to take 3 away, but I only deleted the and then typed 37. So
He's a non-Newtonian creature now.
Now it is Zombie 2's turn, who's going to get up and be on the opposite side of Aislinn. Does a 21 beat your armor class?
It might. Yeah. Right.
I'm actually
3
having
points
to
of
write
damage.
down all my
Right. How many points of damage was that?
3.
Oh, I'm shaking my boots. And I'm going to turn to that boy. And I'm going to point my finger at him accusingly, shout something in Infernal, which I suspect no one understands. And I'm
As
going
far
to
as I'm
need...
aware.
Yeah, he's going to need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, dex saving throws are zombies' favorites.
Oh, I certainly hope so. Let's use
Does a
these.
7? Does a 7 beat your DC?
That's adorable. He's gonna take all the damage.
All the damage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take both of these D10s here.
Yeah.
And that is... Sure.
I speak common,
6.
an extra language.
11.
Thieves can't.
Okay.
11 points of fire damage.
Whew. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Which I have Bless for. See here. 12 plus 2 is 14, plus 1 is 15.
Yes, you make the save.
I'm assuming a cloud of ash into the air.
Yep.
It's a little dry in here, but you know, almost tastes like the hellfires of my ancestors.
And now it is Torin's turn, who is going to swing with his axe at Zombie 5. That's a 22 modified. And he's going to take 9 points of damage. And then Action Surge for a modified 23. And another 9 points of damage.
You're gonna take all the kills.
Hey,
then-
at least you're not going unconscious.
And then
I'm in full health. I feel at the top of my game today.
And then I honestly have no idea what other things that he can do. So
that sounds about the average roll for him. Well,
Yeah.
turn I should say, but
so he's going to
Other than grabbing
He's
the hammer
going-
out of the prison pocket, but-
he's gonna duck. Like he's gonna squat down as low as he can, trying to open a window for Brave to roll or to let loose a shot, which I'm going to allow because I rolled a 19 on whether or not I'll allow it.
Nice. Alrighty.
He's short enough that when he squats all the way down like that, he, 1, doesn't provoke opportunity attack, and 2, makes himself small enough that you can shoot over him.
Alrighty. So I shall take the shot.
Okay, make an attack against which target? 1 through 4.
1.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. He should know to. Go ahead.
Sorry. So when I roll dex, or when I roll with the bow, it's plus dex, right?
Yeah. Plus
Okay.
dex plus proficiency.
That was a 4.
Oof. Which?
Miss it.
Yeah. Yeah, that misses.
Yeah, big time.
How is it that as the ranger, you made your dexterity your lowest stat?
I thought I would have more spells.
Okay. Anyways, it is now Zombie 5's turn, who is going to swat at Torin and miss, which makes it Brave's actual turn.
Woo! Okay. So I will rush in there and swap out my bow first. Actually, no, I'll keep the bow. Keep the
Leroy?
bow. No, I'll rush in there and take another aim at 1 and try to shoot it.
Okay.
Which that's a 10.
Plus.
No, that's a 10.
Oh, that
So
hits.
9 plus 1. Oh, it hits?
Yeah. It's plus 1
Oh,
plus 2 because you have 2 for your proficiency.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay, sorry.
So,
2 for
a grand total of 12, and it still hits.
Oh, no, then it'd be an 11. Because I rolled a 9.
Plus
It'd be
1 plus 2.
Plus 1 plus 2
Plus-
for
Plus 1 for your dex, plus 2 for your
Yeah.
proficiency.
Okay, so that's plus 3. Okay, then.
Do you
yeah,
get
it
to
is
add your
12, sorry.
proficiency to? Anyway,
To what?
is that to the attack roll or the damage roll?
To the attack
Cutting
roll.
it out. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so short bow, that's a d6.
Plus 1. And
One, that's
he
a 6.
is under his maximum health, which gives you your Colossus Slayer. So you get an extra 1d8 damage.
Ooh, I shall do that then. Shoot. Or does it work with like that?
Yeah.
I think I have to have a. Oh,
When you
no,
hit a
probably
creature
not.
with a weapon attack, the creature takes an extra 1d8 damage if it's below its HP maximum.
Okay, sweet.
Is
So
that for
that's
him?
an extra 6 damage.
Okay, coming to a total of?
Shoot, that was 6 plus 5 plus 1. That's 12.
Okay,
12 total damage.
got it.
Mhm.
All right. It is zombie number 1's turn, who did not like those pokies and is going to walk up to you and try and hit you. Does a 10 beat your armor class?
No.
Okay. Kyle, your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to maneuver into the building first off. So I know they've definitely taken a beating. So how many of them are still kicking, and are any of them still on the
All
ground?
5 of them are alive, and they
Okay.
are all standing.
Okay, so they're all standing again. Cool.
But you have True Strike on, so you get advantage regardless of who you hit.
Yep. I had to actually write down all the what do you are they boons? Is that what it's called? The term?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was
you
gonna say
have
buffs, but I know it's a different term for this.
Well, it's a buff. You have a D6 for Bardic Inspiration, and then you also get a D4 for Bless,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Is the D4? have to use that on this turn, or is that
The
one I
D-
can save
It
to?
is for the next minute. You add 1d4 to attacks and save.
Okay,
The
that's right.
bardic inspiration is a one-time use within the next 10 minutes.
Right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to use any of those instantly. I couldn't remember. So with advantage, that gives me an 18 on my attack.
Okay, that hits.
So I'm going to hit the
Which
closest
one? Okay, the closest one will be the one that Torn is fighting, which is just inside of the door.
Who? What about the one next to him? Does he have higher health?
There is not one to him.
Oh, okay, that's right. Sorry.
They all got knocked back a good bit.
Yeah, I
and-
forgot that they're how spread out they are. Yeah, so I'll attack that one that Torn's fighting. Since I have advantage on that roll, I get my sneak bonus.
Right.
Which, if I can figure out where that is, which is not that, 2d6, which I get to add to my attack. So I'm going to attack it with my short sword.
Okay.
So d6 plus 4 plus 2 more d6. All right, so 4, 8, 12. Sorry, 14. That's a 6. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 14.
Are you also using your bardic inspiration for it?
I'm not using I'm saving those 2 bonuses.
Okay. Bless can be used over and over again.
It can?
Yeah.
Yeah, bless
It's
is
for the
just
next-
every turn, any ability checks and things.
I thought
But
that was
It's only on your attack roll, not your damage roll. So
Okay.
14 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay. It is dead by 7.
Cool.
Also, I forgot that Zombie 3 was also at
Okay, so how far is he?
from you now would be like 10 feet of movement.
Oh, I'm do I have the distance to make that?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to, since that one's dropping like a rock, I'm going to move on to him. I'm going to sprint at him and try to knock him prone by using my Shield Master feat as a bonus action.
Is that as a bonus action? Okay, neat.
Yep. As long as I've made an attack or will make an attack on that turn,
Oh, okay.
I get to use my bonus action to hit anyone within 5 feet.
Neat. What does he have to do? Does he make a strength save or something?
Let me double check. Nope. By the looks of it, it says I just get it. If you take the attack action on your turn, you can use a bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield.
Oh, okay.
Here, so it's the same rules for attack for 5th edition, which I believe is contested athletics or strength.
Okay. And if he fails, he's knocked prone. Is that what it is?
I don't know. That was something that I added. It just says shove. I would assume shove would knock someone prone.
Using the attack to make a special. Okay, so a shove is a melee attack.
Okay.
Right. Which he is doing with his shield.
Instead
As
of
a bonus
making
action.
an attack roll, you make a strength athletics check contested by the target's strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check. The target chooses the ability that they want to use to try to avoid being shot. If you win the contest, you either knock the target prone or push it 5 feet away from you.
Okay.
That's up to you.
Okay.
So he's trying
it's
to
my
do
what
prone?
versus his what?
Your strength versus he'll probably use strength.
If you're proficient in athletics, you also get your proficiency bonus, but if not, it's just your strength bonus.
Okay, so my strength stat is 16.
Roll
then-
roll an athletics check.
Okay, so it's a roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So the roll is a straight 10. My athletics bonus is 5, so 15.
Okay. Versus the zombie's 9. So
Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
he is now prone.
Okay, and that's all I can do for my turn.
Okay.
But if someone attacks someone that's prone, they get advantage, right?
With
If
melee
it's
weapons, yes.
With melee.
Okay. And that makes it Aislin's turn.
Right. So then there's a zombie or two. Right.
There are 2 zombies next to you.
All right. Well, I'll go after the first one with my long sword.
Okay. Is this the one that you rebuked or
Yeah, I'm
zombie?
particularly annoyed at that one.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright. So that is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Perfect. Alright, so that's a D2. Just 1 D? Yeah. So that would be 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. He is dead by 5 points.
Alright, and then any bonus action. We'll turn to Bray. You've got this, mate. Just stay up for this one, and give me inspiration as well.
You get a D6 of inspiration there.
You've got one job.
You can use that if they try to hit you. You can use that to defend yourself, or you can use that on ability checks, saving throws, or attack rolls. Or if you do hit without it, you can use it as a bonus to your damage, as long as you're using weapon damage, not spell damage.
So real quick, so it was bless that Ari used, right?
Yeah.
Ares
Okay.
using bless, so we automatically get a D4 for attack rolls and saving throw, and that just happens every round. You don't have to worry about, oh no, I used it,
Using
now
it.
I can't use it again.
Right.
Inspiration is
Do you
one
only
time
get-
only within
so
the
if
next
you-
10 minutes.
Well, my question is that if you attack more than once in a round, like
You
You
get
get
it
it to all of
on
them.
every attack.
okay, so all of
You
them
get it
make
on all of them.
multiple per round too. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty
So, Zombie 5 is dead and is out of the initiative. Zombie 2 is dead and out of the initiative order. Zombie 4 is the one that's on the other side of you, Aislinn, and it
Bringing
attack
it
you from behind.
rude.
Does an 18 beat your armor class?
It does.
6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that one hurt.
Okay.
Alright.
Ares' turn.
Game on.
And Aerie is going to he is going to cast no, he's not. He's going to just cast Sacred Flame on Zombie 4, the one that's behind you. Zombie 4 is gonna try and make a dex saving throw. Yeah, the negative dex on a zombie is not helping him make these dex saving throws.
That's the
So-
idea.
So he's going to take 1d8 radiant damage. And Aerie brings him exactly to 0, which means that this might actually be possible for this guy. He has to make a con saving throw of 5 plus the damage taken. So he has to make a con saving throw of 7. Which he makes. So instead of dying, he is reduced to 1 hit.
Oh, don't you start that.
Yeah, I probably should have done that for the other two, but I kind of forgot to look at that block. So,
I mean, I'm not going to be offended if you go ahead and roll those saving throws just to see what happens.
okay.
Sometimes they take a
10
while to
and 12.
reanimate.
Well, I mean, it's not even a
They-
whole round.
They both failed, so
That's fine. The dice has
uh,
spoken.
which makes Zombie 4 still right there. Okay. Zombie 3 is going to get up and try to club Kyle. Hey, Kyle, does a 5 beat your armor class?
That's so cute.
Okay. Torin is going to spin around and bring his great axe straight down on top of zombie number 3, who is no longer prone.
That was a solid impression.
Total of 16. So he does some of this damage. That's cocked. Ah, that's so sad. He only did 5 points of damage. Okay. And Brave, it is your turn.
All right. I shall again go for zombie 1 with my bow.
With your bow? Okay,
Yeah.
so because you're at melee range, you get disadvantage.
Oh, geez. Okay.
You could drop it and draw a sword. That won't cost you, I don't think.
Yeah, I'll let you just switch your weapon.
Yeah.
But you have to drop
instead
it,
I'll-
right? Was your
No,
rule of thumb?
I'll let him do it up to as a bonus action because he's putting one away and then drawing one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's when you have 2, huh?
Yeah. Well, and the whole thing with Torin, and I ruled it this way, and even though I'm not a super huge fan of it, I ruled it this way once, so I'm keeping with it, where he wasn't stowing the weapon, he was dropping the weapon. So it wasn't really much action to take apart from just letting go to draw out his hammer, but then he had to go pick it back up. But now that he's an Eldritch Knight, he can summon it as an action. So,
Right.
yeah.
Which is why I
Um,
thought your rule of thumb was if you're dropping it, it won't strike against you.
Right. If he drops his bow, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll just swap to the sword.
Okay.
What
So
would the
that'll be a
damage be if
bonus
you tried to
action.
punch someone with a bow? Like you just kind of swung it at him.
I would roll it as an
Weapon.
improvised weapon, which is a 1d4.
Okay, it's a
Yeah.
D4.
Yeah.
Bap. I poke you with stick.
Alrighty. So. Ooh. Okay. That would be. Shoot. Oh. 2. That's 15.
That hits.
All right. And that is 1d6 plus 4
Plus
8.
1d8.
and another d8. It's 5. And then,
Okay.
yeah.
So
I'll
what's the
just do
total?
that would be 13.
Okay. So Zombie has to make a con save of 18. Which he actually came really close, but a 17 is not the same as an 18.
This is correct.
So he is dead by 8 points. Okay.
Dang.
Zombie is dead, so that takes him out of the order. Kyle, it's your turn now.
All right. Is the one that I knocked prone still hanging out?
It is still in front of you.
I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
He's prone, so I get advantage.
He is not prone.
He stood up.
He got up. That's right. Okay. Which means I'm gonna roll that D4. Okay, that brings me to. Does a 9 hit?
A 9 does, in fact, hit.
Oh my gosh! I rolled a 5, and then I got a 4 out of D4.
Well, you rolled a 5 plus your modifiers?
No. I rolled a 5, in that I used Bless to add 4 to my roll.
Yeah.
So it was a
And then
9
Plus your modifiers.
fire
Oh,
equals.
that's right.
Dexterity plus proficiency.
Yeah, right.
Rolled a total of 16,
Yep, that
including
sounds about right.
Bless.
Okay, so yeah. Well, all right. Yay.
Again, do damage.
Is there anyone else standing near it?
You are not in flanking, no.
All right.
You're not going to get sneak attack for having someone engaged, if that's what you were asking.
Well, as long as someone's nearby the enemy, I get my bonus.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you?
That's
Yeah.
if.
Oh, because it's within 5 feet, sorry.
Yeah.
now
Yeah, you're right,
outside
you're right,
feet
you're right,
Could
you're
be
right,
threatening or distracting.
you're right.
Because, yeah, I don't have to be stealth. I just have to have someone near them.
Right,
Someone
it's
engaged with
advantage or engaged with them within 5 feet.
Mhm.
That's right.
So would that
Is
criteria
That's
be
right.
met?
Yes.
Cool. Which means I'm going to roll for a tag, which I just did. That's a hit. Where is my D6? There it is.
3d6s.
Plus 4. Because I'm using a short sword, which is finesse, so 4.
Wait, what's your dex modifier? I thought your dex modifier was 5.
Is it plus 5 to all my attacks now for that? For finesse weapons?
Is your dex at 20 now?
Yes.
So
So
yes.
Plus 5 for your dex
Oh.
modifier.
Okay.
If you've been underplaying your damage.
A little bit. For I don't know how long.
Okay.
We only
So-
leveled up.
1d6 plus 5.
Okay, so
And
it was
then
a 4, so
2d6 with
9.
flat.
So 9. 12. 18.
Okay, so he has to make a constitution save of 23, which is only possible if he nat 20s, which he does not. He rolled a total constitution saving throw of 21.
Oh, he tried so
He
hard.
tried so hard. But he dropped dead.
He tried so hard and got so far, but in the end,
He was dead
Doesn't matter.
anyways.
Doesn't even matter.
Okay, Aislinn, it is your
Survivor.
turn. Oh,
wait,
unless
I bet-
Kyle has something else. Sorry.
I'm going to repeat. I'm going to rinse and repeat. I'm going to go
Okay,
sprint to the next guy and shield bash.
okay, go for it.
All right. So that's roll plus athletics, right?
Yep.
yeah.
That's an 8.
You're gonna be really upset with me because he nat 20.
Oh,
So you tried to shove him down, but instead he's going to shove you down. So you
Oh,
are
I
now
just
prone.
clotheslined myself. He
Well,
stuck
like,
his
you.
he stuck his arm out that's nothing but bone and a little bit of skin, and I just completely
Yeah,
dropped.
Well, what
To
I'm
be
gonna
fair,
what I'm gonna
that's your
what I'm gonna
first.
say what I'm gonna say is that you like ran at him and you stuck your shield in front of you, and like when you went to put your body into it, you like twisted it a little so your body wasn't directly behind your shield. And when you clipped him, it just kind of like twirled you and you fell off the ground. So you're actually like 5 feet past him.
I like kind of
Brave
glance
light.
over to Aislinn, like, did she see that? She's gonna have
And I
something to
like-
say.
Aislinn, it's your turn now.
I lightly chuckle.
Roll for perception.
No, is he running?
What?
Is there a zombie next to me?
There is one zombie left next to you, yes.
Okay, so that's the one he tried to.
Yep.
Okay. So
Oops.
I am going to look at the zombie. And as I'm kind of twirling my fingers, or kind of like, well, let's see, I've got the sword in one hand. I'm gonna.
And you have the torch in the other.
Yeah. So I'm gonna set down the torch so I can twirl my fingers mystically, catch the zombie's attention, and kind of direct it at Kyle on the floor. Just go, have you ever seen something so ridiculous in your life? And I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So the zombie needs to make a wisdom saving.
Oh.
Just a sec. Oops. I want that. Yes, come here. Oh, okay. It actually is unaffected.
Gosh dang it, he has an intelligence of less than 4, doesn't he?
Correct.
Well, that sucks. Okay, who has Kyle been injured?
Nope.
Kyle has not been injured.
Has Brave been? Torn has been injured, and Brave has been injured.
No, I
Was
have
Brave
not been
injured?
injured.
Nope.
Okay,
I have
Torn's
not
the
been.
only one.
Torn's the only one. All right.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'll look to Torin and say, laughter's the best medicine, eh? And going to cast Healing Word. So he's gonna get.
How much?
I just rolled for it. So
Okay.
it is. There we go. Ooh. Right, that is right. Okay, cool. That's gonna be 7 hit points back for him.
Okay, that very nearly tops him off. Yeah, you were 1 HP short of topping him.
That's fine. We can handle that in the short run.
Okay,
He's fine.
and that makes it the zombie's turn, who is going to, like, kind of, it almost looks like it tilts its head, like it was confused by what you said,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's going to turn and try and hit Kyle, because he's prone, at advantage. Hey, Kyle, does an 18 beat your armor class?
Hey, Kyle, if you roll a d6, if you roll a d6, could you possibly block that?
I can already block that.
Oh, perfect.
My armor class is 19 since I have my shield equipped.
Shoot!
He's a Dexy boy, Tug.
I'm Dexy and I know it. But
Dang, that's good. All right, and that makes it Ares' turn, who is a little upset that his first Sacred Flame didn't kill him, so he's going to cast it again. And
Sure.
the zombie crit failed on his dex save,
Oh no.
and Ari rolled maximum damage.
wow.
Yay.
So
Ari
the
was a little bit
zombie-
triggered.
The zombie will make a DC 21 con saving throw. And also naturally failed that one. So he is real sopping dead.
Nice.
Okay, you guys are no longer in initiative.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna pick up the torch again and start carefully exploring the room.
Okay,
I'm gonna
So-
go start pilfering through the corpses that are now corpses.
roll investigation.
Just him or both of them?
I would say just Kyle.
Okay.
Do I get to add either that D6 or D4?
Yeah, it's been less than 10
Not
minutes.
not the D6. Or not the D4.
That makes sense.
It's not a save.
Okay, 9. That, add that.
Plus, Ari probably stopped concentrating on the spell as soon as the fight was
Yeah,
over.
that would make sense. Total's up to 16.
Okay. They are carrying only the tattered remnants of their, like, guard attire.
Oh.
Yep.
Who looted zombies while they were alive? What's wrong with you people?
Dude, it's been 30 years.
Right, but that means someone had to come up to the zombie while it's trying to bite him, and like, nah, I'm just gonna go through your pockets. Don't mind me.
Or just,
it rotted off of them.
Or
because
they
it's been
weren't carrying
persevered.
anything when they died.
That too.
I was making a joke. You guys are trying too hard.
Okay.
I feel really singled out.
So for Aislinn, the
holy
room is it goes
No, don't.
what?
Sorry, I popped onto Netflix to look up Neon Genesis Evangelion because what Johnny was saying, and I all of a sudden started accidentally playing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because I saw it's on there now. Sorry, I didn't mean
It's a good
to.
show.
But...
It's a good show. So the room goes in about 30 feet from the door to the right, and about 20 feet in straight from the door. At the end of the 30 feet to the right, there's one door to the left and right that you would assume open up into bunk rooms. At the back of the bunk, or at the back of the garrison, there is a ladder leading to the door.
Which way you guys want to go first?
You pick.
You ever seen a zombie climb a...
Hold on, you cut out. Say that again?
Have you ever seen a zombie climb a ladder?
Nope. But I would say that's the first place to go.
Well, that was my thought.
All right, ladies first.
And is it a... Did you say there was a trap door at the end of the ladder, Ted?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, I'm gonna try thaumaturgy just to see if it's unlocked.
It is, and it pops straight out.
Well, you know, having a little infernal legacy in you has its advantages. Right, with me dark vision, can I see anything through the trapdoor?
It goes up onto the roof.
Alright. And it's daylight outside still?
It is evening. Well, it's like super late afternoon, approaching evening.
Okay, so we're getting close to sunset, but it's still daylight for now.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we have a skylight. And I'll cautiously climb the ladder and carefully peek out the opening to scan the roof before poking my head all the way out.
There does not appear to be anything on. Anything that might have been up long since washed away by weather and inclement conditions. You do see some deep gouges on the roof of the garrison.
Deep gouges, huh? Do I have any idea what might have made those gouges?
If you want to go and inspect them, you may.
I have a guess.
Oh, I have a guess, but I'm just, see if I can confirm it. All right, boys. Doesn't seem to be anything living or unliving up here, but there's some weird scratch marks. I want to check them out. And I'm going to carefully, still keeping my eyes and my wits about me, climb onto the roof and go over to inspect the gouge.
Okay. Roll me investigation.
Ooh. That'd be a 19.
Okay. Inspecting the gouges, you are pretty able to determine that these were most likely created by the dragon that Rite warned you about.
Does it give me an idea of the dragon's size?
It is definitely a young dragon. It's large. It's a large. It's considered a large creature,
Okay.
but these are actually they seem to be relatively fresh.
Oh, lovely.
Like within the last couple of years, kind of
Okay.
relatively fresh.
Oh.
Not like in the last week or so.
Oh, okay. So newer than a lot of the dilapidated damage we've seen to the buildings, but
Right.
not like, oh, it's been hunting here recently.
Right. It looks like it picked something up off of here and just gouged the roof claws as it was taking off.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to kind of move toward the edge of the roof. From that vantage point, do I notice any, like, what do I see from being up instead of at ground level now?
Well. Directly to your south, there is a small cottage, or it's a medium-sized cottage, and it seems to be in pretty decent repair. In fact, the door looks like it has been reinforced, and there is wisps of smoke coming from the chimney.
And this is different from RotOG's cottage?
Correct. Rite-Off's cottage is on almost the other end of town.
Okay.
This would be like the far southeast corner of Thunder Tree, whereas
Okay.
Rite-Off was in the southwest corner.
All right. So it looks like someone else might be holed up here. All right. I'm going to note that location and then climb back down into the barracks. And
Okay.
tell you thaumaturgy to just close the door behind me.
Sounds good.
Well, looks like we're not alone in town, boy. And I'm not counting RotOG. Someone else has set up camp in cottage right over there.
Do you think that's coincidence, or do you think we're being followed?
Given how reinforced the door was, I wouldn't think that it's someone who got here the same time as. But I think it's odd that RotOG wouldn't know that there was another living person around.
You did say those cultists, those that we thought of, are
Oof.
here too. So
Well, if that's the case, then we probably want to be a little bit quieter as we move throughout.
true.
You know, I can tell an old coot like that definitely didn't want to keep company, but at the same time, he was definitely shoving us out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a friend of Kellen's, and I don't get the feeling that.
No, I'm not saying he's one of
being
them per
crafty.
se, but I feel like he knows more than he's letting on.
Yeah.
I doubt he shared everything he knows with us. I don't think he'd withhold information to put us at a disadvantage. Anyway, I'm going to close this front door now and maybe bolt it up a little bit before we check the other room. Don't really want anyone coming in behind, you know.
I suppose that's fair, but we also want to keep our options open if we need to leave.
Yeah.
I'm going to glance over at Torin and his hammers, and I'm pretty sure he can make an exit right quick if we need.
And he's gonna like brandish both of his hammers. Yeah.
I'm just saying it's something to keep in mind.
Sure. Definitely.
All right.
Shall we
Y'all
explore?
ready to do some dungeon crawling?
Sure.
Dungeon
All
crawling.
night long. We're not underground yet, guys.
I know. I just was
There's
using the term.
one room to the left and one room to the right.
You never know. It might lead underground someplace.
Let's go to the right. Unless you have a preference for the left.
Let's.
Nope.
I'm kidding.
All right, let's go. Use this.
Which door are you guys going in through first?
The right one.
I guess they're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The correct one.
So this chamber has 3 double bunks. At the foot of each bunk, there is a single, like a foot chest thing, like a small chest that you would put at the end of your bed to keep some belongings.
Okay.
All right.
Is there anything else in the room that I can check for?
It is a relatively small room,
Okay.
and that is about all that there is in here.
If you guys want to wait up a second, we can go ahead and check and see if there's anything in there.
I doubt anyone here has been using it. So we might as well.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start opening chests.
Okay.
Right ahead.
I want you to make strength checks for each chest. There are 3 chests. So strength check 1.
All right. So that's just my strength modifier plus that. That's a natural 20.
Okay. When you pull up on like the handle on the front of the chest, the hinges just snap. They were rusted closed, and you had no popping the lid off of this chest. And inside of it is a whole mess of dust.
All right. I'm still gonna look through all of them. So next roll is 13, 16 total.
Okay. This one is a little more challenging to pry off, but you are able to pry it open. It doesn't break off of the hinges this time, but the hinges, although resistant, do comply and eventually creak their way to being open. And inside of this chest, down in the little corner, is a tiny cobweb. And then the rest of it is just coated in dust.
All right. Next.
Okay.
Oh, that's a natural 1.
You are unable to pry open this chest.
I want to try again.
Here, let me see. I think you just need a better angle. Some of these hinges are tricky, and I'm gonna try to help him
Okay.
while making it look like I'm just pointing out, like maybe it's just the angle.
So you're giving him advantage?
Yes.
Okay, you may have advantage.
19.
There you
Okay.
go.
You're able to pry this chest open. And one of the hinges breaks, but the other one remains barely intact. And inside is an old water skin.
Okay.
Nice.
And when you pick it up, the leather falls apart.
Oh, I figured something was up. Better to know.
How's it feel to have the bad luck now, bitch?
Who came out of the fight completely unscathed, bitch?
That would be me.
Oh, you
Bitch.
didn't get smacked at least once? Kind of thought you did.
No.
There was an
I did
attempt
not.
made.
Oh, that's right.
And he missed.
I mean, meanwhile, someone rolled an 18 on me, and I'm like, ah, that's cute.
Shield.
Okay.
I feel like it was more like shield. Oh, it works.
Okay.
I mean, I managed to hit someone before that.
Yeah.
Are you guys going through the left-hand door now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In this room are 2 double bunks, and they both also have foot chests. I'll just tell you now that there's nothing in them.
Is there anything under the beds?
What was that?
I just want to check under the bed. You never know.
Okay. Roll investigation. I guess that would be more perception. Roll perception. You can use the same roll, but for perception.
Okay, then that's 13.
Okay. There is nothing but empty space. Both of the beds.
To be fair, if there are cultists living in the to avoid the zombies' detection, they've probably already looked for any resources they can get out of here.
Very true.
In the back corner of this room, there is a door, but it is barred shut from the inside.
Oof. Barred shut.
I mean, it is barred shut on your side. Sorry.
Oh, so
We could open it.
You could open it, yes.
Before we do that, I'd like to put my ear up against the door, check and see if I hear anything on the other side that maybe was being kept at bay.
Roll perception.
That's an 8.
It is nice and quiet outside.
Alright. Should be okay. Either that or something's really good at holding its breath. You guys want to see what's behind door number 3, 4?
Okay.
Yeah.
There was the door going in, and then the trap door, which you already checked.
Yep.
And then one door to the right and one door to the left. You've now been through all of them.
So this is now door number 5?
Yes.
Alright. You already see what's behind door number 5.
That would be the outdoors.
So you pop open the bar and let it fall to the ground, and the door swings open, revealing outside. It's a door out.
Ah, it's the back door. Good to know.
Golden.
Fire code and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, then we're just going to close that back up and put the bar back in.
Yep.
Should hold the cultists a little bit. Alright, how much daylight do we have left?
It is fading quickly.
Alright.
Okay.
Ooh.
If we go to the room on the right, there's no other door leading into it other than the one. Correct?
Correct.
So if we go into there, that's going to be our most defendable position when we have someone stay up for watch. And if we keep ourselves hauled up in that room, it may provide us a little more protection rather than the room that we're in currently with the double bunk with the door leading out, because that could be broken open.
Very true. Is anyone
So-
curious enough to check out the tower tonight?
With how dark it's getting already, I'd say no.
Alright then. I don't plan on going by myself, but if you don't want to go out in the dark, we can always wait for another time.
I mean, we can wait till we can go out in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright
And now
then.
that you don't have to spend 4 hours doing shield training.
Yeah.
We can actually go in the morning.
Yeah.
Alright,
All right.
fine.
So, watch order. I'll say Torin offers first watch.
Well, I was going to take first. I'm more of a night owl than a morning person, you know. I suppose it can take second. No big deal.
Just wake me up for third, then I'll be
Okay.
good.
Okay. So Torin's watch is uneventful.
Nice.
And he wakes up Aislinn for her watch.
Alright.
You can roll me perception.
Ooh, that's a good roll. That'd be a 24.
Okay. Your watch is also uneventful.
But I'm also very, very certain of it.
Yes.
There is definitely nothing interesting.
Actually, here, we'll have some flavor.
Ooh.
During your watch, you hear overhead, because of your really good perception roll, a couple beats of wings, and then some stone scrabbling. Not overhead, but from the tower up the hill. It's pretty loud, but not loud enough to wake anybody up. And then that's about it. That is like there's no roar or anything. It's just
Yep.
it sounds like a dragon flew over.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
All right. And was it Brave taking third watch?
Brave
Yeah.
is taking third watch.
Alrighty.
Brave, it's your turn.
Cool. Alright. Roll for perception, right?
Yep.
22.
Okay. Out of curiosity, where are you performing your watch from?
No reason.
From just above the mimic's mouth.
This is a really strange chair.
Uh,
My butt feels
from,
really warm.
From where?
From the or standing in the doorway.
Okay.
That we're all sleeping.
Okay. From your position, you're not able to hear what is being said, but you are able to faintly pick up some muffled voices coming from outside. Not like directly outside, but like from the road. And it sounds like somewhere between 2 and 8 people, which I know is a big window, but you can't really hear any distinctions or anything. So it sounds like a small group of people, but definitely more than one, moving past the garrison. However, they don't seem to be taking in the garrison itself.
Okay. Could I try crawling down by the windows and listening to see if I can hear anything better?
Sure. Roll me for stealth.
Damn it, 10.
Eh. Let's see here. What is... Yeah. So they. So
my
you
passive perception is 15. Does this wake me up?
no.
Okay.
They're not talking terribly loudly.
No, I meant his 10 stealth roll.
Oh. It can if you want it to.
This is how late into the watch?
This probably be like an hour and a half.
Yeah, she's a light sleeper and not too comfortable with all the zombies around. So
Okay.
too many creaking floorboards.
Okay. Well, then are you going to get up and kind of pursue after him?
I'm gonna watch from the doorway for now.
Okay. So as soon as he leaves from the doorway, you can no longer see him because he kind of hooks because of the shape of the building. He went to the left of the door, which
I
you
was
would
gonna-
know.
Yeah, I was
You
moving
would
up
know.
to the doorway to see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you sneaking?
Yes, I mean, like I'm
Cool.
trying to be quiet, so stealth. Oh, that's what it wants to be used for. Stealth plus 2, so 19.
Okay. So Colton does not, or Brave does not hear you whatsoever. He has no idea that you've even gone. But you're able to get out to the doorway, and you see him creep across the room. He kicks a couple of small rocks, and you see him swear to himself under his breath. And then he gets up towards the window, and he's listening. And with a passive perception of 15, you wouldn't be able to hear necessarily what is going on outside.
Mhm.
Can I
But
roll for perception to hear? Or to
you're
try to-
already listening. I'm rolling over your watch perception for this.
Okay.
Because that was where you first heard it. So now you've moved closer. So you make it to the window.
Yeah.
After kicking a couple of small rocks, and they clatter just a touch, but it's not very loud. You get to the window, and the cultists when you look out the window, you can see that is who it is. They're dressed in black robes. They have these black masks that are horned, but you are seeing them more or less from behind. So you can't really tell any distinctive features of the masks apart from the horns that extend out past their heads. They all have silvery hair that is not covered by the mask. And in the early light of the dawn, you can't really tell any skin color or anything apart from the silvery hair. And you are able to pick up one of them saying, "I wonder if we're going to see him today." But that is all of the conversation that you're able to hear before they get out of your hearing range.
And they say this in common? I know I don't
Yes.
hear it, but just...
Yes, they are saying that in common.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Was the
Well-
term you used him or them?
Him.
Him.
And if that does not, I mean, if you guys want to head back to the bed, then we will call that a long rest. And it is 9:30 for me, which means it's later for most of you. Actually, only one of you
Just
now.
me.
Yeah.
But for the next day, I feel like it would be good to have Torin
Torin.
back as Torin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
So
Sounds good.
What about my watch?
You didn't need one.
Oh.
3 watches generally.
Oh, okay.
You could have doubled up with Torn on his watch.
But
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
And we'll
I was
call it a
gonna do
day.
Stuff.
Well, I'm just Aislin's gonna wait at the doorway for Brave to come back.
The entire time, Brave has no idea that you're there
Yep.
until you say something to him or something, and you cover.
So what'd you see?
Oh, God damn!
Shh. It's
Sorry.
just me.
Yeah, you snuck up on me there. Sorry.
I've been standing in the same place. You might want to practice your sneaking up on people, though.
Geez, thank you.
Well, I'm just
But,
saying, with cultists right next door, we don't necessarily want to be making too much noise in the middle of the night.
Yes, I'm aware. I just saw them passing by. Just a second. So,
Wonderful. Well,
I think they may be going to visit our friend in the locked up cottage. That's only just a
interesting.
thought. Yeah.
Good to know. Should we warn him then?
Maybe. Depends on what the others. I think we should wait till they wake up to decide, or we can go out and do that now.
Well, if you think that they're going after our druid friend. By the way, pretty sure the dragon is holed up in the tower.
That's good to know. Thanks.
Yeah, I heard it fly overhead a
Yeah.
couple hours ago.
All right. It didn't look like they were going to go get him right away. So if you want to
Didn't seem
finish
aggressive.
up your rest, no. They're walking pretty nonchalantly.
Well, did take a few pretty rough. I took that one rough hit from the zombies, so I would prefer to rest up before we take on something more intelligent.
Very much. Yeah.
Did you notice anything interesting about those masks? Does it look like the druid said they were horn masks? Do they look like tiefling or devil masks?
Reminded me more of like a goat horn.
Interesting.
That's not
Yeah.
what I said, but okay.
Is that not what you said? What was it?
I just said they were horned.
Oh, just horns. Okay, so I just
I
imagined.
thought the
like,
masks were
goat.
horned.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
but not necessarily like goat horned.
Okay, sorry. That was the first thought that came to my head when you said that they're horned. So I was like, okay. Sorry.
I kind of thought a Cubone. Like a mask of that variety,
Aww.
but with horns. So like something you would see in like a painting of like the desert or something.
Like a
Like
cow skull in the desert.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You saw it from behind, so you wouldn't necessarily know much more than just seeing horns poke up above their head.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
For reference,
Ah.
Ah, I see.
so imagine having seen that from behind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that sounds interesting,
That's
but I'm a
horns.
little less offended now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Alrighty. Well, I say you get back to sleep and I'll finish up with the watch and wake
Alright.
everybody up when it's done.
Sounds good. See you in a couple.
See you in a couple.
And I will go back to bed.
Okay. When was the last time you guys leveled up? I feel like it's been a little bit.
It's been, well, part of it's because it's been like 3 weeks between sessions. I think
That's
it was
true.
We
only
haven't played in a
2.
month.
Well, let's see. You level, I think, was it right before I joined?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we leveled after Red Brand Manor.
Yeah.
Was that when we hit 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when we hit 4.
And this is
Okay.
my 3rd session.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. We will not level quite yet.
I haven't really reached that
Not
story
not
point
really
yet.
a milestone of any.
Not much of a milestone or a plot point development.
No.
We met an old grumpy man. And then we killed like 5 undead.
I don't know where grumpy is what you got out of him, but
Apparently, they don't know how to deal with introvert, which is ironic.
I was about to say, like, really though?
well, he was short, but he
That's
not-
all I meant.
not-
It's
not
just he was very
height.
short.
But you know,
Aislin's
he
takeaway
lives-
was not so much that he was upset, but just he's not much of a conversationalist.
No.
that was what I was trying to get across. That like
Oh.
I know,
He-
Very
but perception is
well-
based off of individual.
They
That's
can
fair.
interpret it however, and they're perhaps less benevolent in their interpretations of people generally.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Brave thinks everybody's a dick. So
Really?
no,
I was gonna say that doesn't
Everyone
make
is for.
just Kyle.
sense.
That's fair.
That's totally fair because I am.
See,
I thought I made that abundantly clear.
she's the nose Kyle's a prick, but she also thinks it's kind of amusing.
Yeah.
Hear that, Kyle? She thinks you're amusing.
That's all the encouragement I need.
She also thinks that Brave divided in his focus, but that's not so bad. And Torin, oh Torin,
Ha! Name's Torin.
Torin's adorable. Which is great because Ken will never
Childish little thing.
just like, aw, I've never had a brother.
And then there's Ari, who she probably doesn't think much of because he doesn't really say anything, but he's helpful.
She views him as the strong silent type. He's dependable.
Sorry. I just haven't found a.
She doesn't
Description
really
more.
have a whole she doesn't really have a whole lot in common with him as far as she knows. She's not a super religious person. Her parents had much more contractual relationships with supernatural beings.
Mm.
More of, pacts and deals rather than worship and devotion.
Yeah.
Crossroad Demon?
You'll have to ask her to find out.
Let's see here. File, save as, D&D local stuff. It's gonna be
I wouldn't say that we're that local, but
thundertree.txt.
What was that, Kyle? Or Kent? Or shit.
Whoever you are.
Yeah.
yeah, that's my purse.
I don't know you. Okay. Well, that was fun, you guys. I hope you guys had fun.
I did.
Yeah, that was fun.